on Inferno.
A lot of eyes on a matchup.
Inferno.
A lot of eyes on a matchup like this. OG have looked excellent in recent time just to start here on Inferno. The map pick of FaZe. They get the CT side. 3 towards B for OG. FaZe. Good bit of utility. Going to be heading towards alt mid and taking the apartments early. Rain with that smoke flash in middle.
What about like Azza?
Oh, dude, that would be cool.
It would be interesting to see.
Aren't there already rumors that the 100 Thieves lineup, like the remaining players, are going elsewhere? I don't know. I like the idea though, Trace. That's a cool idea.
Well, you know, I was just thinking out loud. Not always my bread and butter. coldzera jumping out of the apartments and then subsequently trying to wrap back towards Arch. Alexi B waiting in the library. Boy, FaZe are going to learn today. Brokey cuts him down just a little short of holding off this entire wrap. Now things have gone back into the favor of OG. 3-on-2, the B bomb site. Well, looks like that's where the bomb wants to go, but a precarious situation. They're stuck in CT.
They had to go back for the bomb, so Olof can't run. He was getting stabbed in the back, and Mantu has an open line of sight from B. Kiebi getting into the pool and trying to chase him down. Mantu's going to hear the feet and tries to pivot around the boxes. Kiebi wins it, though. Actually, CT flash blinding him in the process. Kiebi dinked, and this is very dangerous for FaZe right now, who aren't given time to plant. It's a fake tap. Issa comes in, but he can't hit a shot, and it's going everywhere. Finally, the bomb drop, and 1 health for Kiebi. He can't get out from behind the pillar. It's OG with the pistol round.
Yeah, and it's like we all said, Harry, OG was the prediction that you wanted to grab in the beginning, but you didn't, and I guess that's understandable. You believe. You have faith.
Yeah.
Where's your God now?
Yeah, well, you know, here's the thing, right? That there, you know, FaZe, they try and throw in a little CT wrap to start that one into a B play, and the results aren't incredible, you know, but they do get it down to the wire. It's a 2-on-2, and already, like, we're seeing ideas, you know, it's quite the call to make to go for a CT wrap in the pistol. And I do think that if you were going to pick Inferno up against OG, a map that they are very, very good on, and give them this CT side start, which is another scary thing, you have to have ideas. You have to have had a reason to have bought this into this series. And so, you know, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now. Now, ideas are one thing, actions are quite another, and already we see OG getting off to a good start here. It is just pistols now for FaZe, and I mean that in the most vanilla sense of the word. Right, they're moving into this round with Glocks. So odds are nothing that exciting is going to happen here. I really hate to break it to you, and while you can win these Glock rounds, you don't normally, and that's why so often, you know, everyone's ready to dismiss them.
As a first-time viewer, Harry, I appreciate the insight.
Yeah, man, well, no, it's just, you know, you see a lot of people say, yeah, but you can win these rounds. It's like, yeah, you can win any round in theory, right? But yeah, it's just, it doesn't happen a lot.
And it's not looking like one of those 1 in a million rounds. OG have taken bottom B. They've killed 2 in middle. And now they just wait. No reason to aggress. FaZe have to come to them. And so Issa waits under the balcony with MBK to swing on his contact. Oh dear, Dink comes through and 2 Glock kills. This is how they get out of hand. You need to grab guns though, and that's not going to be allowed by Mantu on the short side. 3 for him. Bit of money made towards that AWP, and he could even bring it into the first gun round 2. Or do they just want to run bonus and keep some money in their pockets? Some casualties for OG, but not the end of the world.
Yeah, I keep going on about this idea that, like, FaZe must have something up their sleeve. And I do think that that pistol round kind of showcased that idea quite well. I just quickly had a little look at it, right? Just watched it back. And they try to feign that Apps aggression, making it look like it's an Apps execute into that A-bomb site. Something that OG actually do a hell of a lot themselves as well. Trying to, like, game the rotations before splitting in through long. And to be fair, it almost worked for them. If it wasn't for that man waiting back in CT, they could, you know, disrupt things a little bit. But already that's showing that they've got a good understanding of OG's kind of protocol here on this map. Valdet through the smoke with his MP9 on this bonus round. Gonna open things up, but it's Cold on the receiving end. He retrieves the AK from Cold's body and continues to lay down the pain. Oh dear, Mantu in with another. And suddenly it's all on to just Brokey and Olof. This first buy round up against the bonus from OG has really not given the results over that you were hoping for.
Yeah, Cole just ran through the B smoke. I don't know if he was trying to play inside of it or try and get in the cubby, but yeah, Valdi was pushed down and he just spams him through as he sees the barrel poke out. And it's just an easy round from there on in. Grabs an AK, doubles down, just Olof in ult. And OG, they've got everything. They've got the bomb, they've got mid-control info as well, as Olof shoots MBK in the back, but no killing blow. He needs to finish the job, doesn't want to give any more guns than have already been handed over, but it's a round nonetheless for OG. And plenty of AKs retrieved, 3 in that third round. So OG armed and dangerous now, and FaZe still broken for 1 more. Oh yeah, Cole just went right through. He looked lost in the sauce right there.
Yeah, it's, you know, it even looked like one of those horrible moments where you're like barely out the smoke on your screen, but to the enemy, you're just right there, man. You're just in plain sight. So yeah, just pistols, right? Couple of Deegs, P250 on Kirby. And a little bit of utility to try and make something happen. A triple B set up early on at 4 OG. And they exchange a bit of utility with FaZe, but ultimately, you know, they're pretty lax over here at the top of B. They even rotate Mantu away on the back of no push coming in immediately. Valdes lining up this dunk nade in towards Banana, and that there is going to find a lot of damage. Brokey almost dead, and that nade from Alexa B could have been enough to deal with him. They flash back into top Banana to retake this control, and it is just a slaughter here. The nades doing so much damage. And this round gets picked apart nice and easy by OG.
Yeah, I like what they're doing in the sense of not giving FaZe the room to you know, play with them, right? And make them doubt themselves. And if you don't have top B and you don't have that information, you don't know if FaZe are 5 they're about to run through and execute, or if they're doubling back to mid for an A play. So OG, they get a nice nade in, they re-aggress with a flash, they keep the control, and they keep FaZe out. 4-0, only pistols though, and now FaZe come back in with guns. Level pegging AKs on either side. Still no AWP for Mantu. And actually, he has been like the shining star. He has been incredible for OG in all of this recent success in those wins over Na'Vi and EG back the other day at Blast in New York as well. And so it's great to see Mantu performing. Valde as well, always a name you got to watch out for. Brokey got flashed from B. That pushes him back, but was the call made? Was the info found? Kirby's having a look, but Valde is all the way down bottom mid.
Oh, they don't know. They are going to check it. Brokey with the swing. He sensed that something just didn't feel right there. And Kirby, you know, calling that he doesn't see anyone on the shallow. Oh dear, look at MBK. Actually, Cold's going to keep holding for it. And it's another attempt at this CT wrap. FaZe have shown a real tendency to try and go for this. Alexa B does try and move into CT, but it's Olof and Rain finding success all across the board. And this A site now looking to be, I was going to say maybe where FaZe look to end up, but this is where MBK is currently located, and they know that they've just found 2 on that B rotation. So they move into an empty B site, and with it, they're going to put their first round on the board.
Yeah, easy as that. MBK has no aspirations going for this, and rightfully so. It's not really designed for him to get back into the game. He finds himself all alone in pit. FaZe with 1, OG with 4. And with you getting your opportunity to join us in the fan cam.
Oh my,
that's right, that's right. They are back, IEM.GG/fancam. Jump on in. Don't mess with the moderators. They will ban you with a quickness, but you are most certainly welcome to come kick it in the IEM.GG/fancam. We'd love to have you. And moreover, Harry's doing a digital signing session there, potentially.
How would that even work?
I don't really know yet.
Send people my electronic signature.
Send them
have like loads of money come out of my account with these.
Yeah.
Because, you know, my signature is actually just like the same one I do on banks and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I hope no one heard that. Like, it'd be a real shame if someone
us 3 here, right? No one
listening. So exactly.
FaZe, though, getting their first on the board. And I can't think of a game last where I've seen it go 5 rounds in and you've already had 2 CT wraps attempted by FaZe. That really is showing that they feel that this is something they can exploit. And I do think, you know, if you kind of set that as a precedent that you're going to be wrapping CT, there's a chance that you end up weakening one of these 2 bomb sites as a result of OG having to worry about this constant CT aggro from FaZe. It does rely on you, you know, chaining a few rounds together before you really make that worry come in. And FaZe have got that chance to do that here and now. They're going to group up over in the top of mid this time around. That Molotov delays this push. They flash, they smoke through, and they look to make this play happen regardless. MBK trying to hold down the arch side, but he's only good for 1. Mansu's there to back him up and keeps it in the advantage of OG for a moment. And is until coldzera strikes and Olof in with the A play. Once again, feigning that this was going to be a CT wrap, and that delayed like rotations from guys like Mantu, right? He didn't want to leave the library and give up that point of contact towards CT. And so as a result, it's all left onto Valde. This is a nice bit of conditioning that FaZe are getting away with early on.
It's also a good read because OG, with a full rifle round after losing one, go into a triple B with loads of util and set up like a retake smoke on Banana when FaZe molly it out of spawn. And so not only are OG lacking the info because of that Molotov, but they're also 3 towards B. FaZe with an accelerated A play, a couple of opening kills, and suddenly the round is yours. We all know how Inferno plays and how difficult it can be to get back into rounds like these. So Valde just having to save. No action into this round, and FaZe find a second. Nice little mid take. And even though that molly comes through at the perfect time, FaZe, they smoke it, they go right through it. I like the confidence, I like the ghoul, and they take the round. So 4-2, already a competitive start.
Yeah, 2 rounds back-to-back is exactly what the doctor ordered for FaZe. Now is a real chance for them to get into the game, considering what we're going to see out of OG in this round. Looks like 1-4 on Valde. And everybody else is just going to be left in the wind for the time being. I think. Nope. Tactical timeout for OG. They're going to mull this one over. They did have the cash for some more extravagant purchases. But now that Valde is bottom, I wonder what the call is going to be.
You wanna know why folks get upset with guys like Olaf, right? It's because, I don't know about you guys, but if I take even a 24-hour break from CS, I'm just dog, just flat out the worst play you've ever seen. And it takes me like a month to get back into it. And Olaf could just like go away for months on end, come back, and then he's just one-tapping pit players like it's casual to open up that A-bomb site. It is sick that he's like, you know, come back in, helped FaZe out in this very tough situation, and it's great to see him back on our screens. I've missed his face.
Well, you know, and I think the simplest way to look at this, Harry, is that we're almost a quarter of the man that Olaf is.
Wow, that's generous, man.
That's
I'll
nice.
take that,
Almost.
dude.
I mean,
I'll take a quarter of Olaf.
Well, I don't know if that one's on the menu for tonight, but we will check it out. We'll take a look. Alexi B taking the first brunt of damage here on Banana, and Valde's going to be out front trying to contest it.
Oh, Kiebi. They don't know about him. And Valde's looking away to play anti-flash. Alexi's walking down with his back turned to the corner. Kiebi swings, and he gets a free kill. Nate could have been good, but Valde backed up. Yeah, they had no idea Kiebi got through that utility at Banana. There were a lot of grenades, and he's found them an opening kill in a crucial round. One of the 2 guns OG fielded is left down Banana. OG, they do like these gambles, right? We know there's always cheeky banter between FaZe and OG, and there's always a bit of a stack when you have OG on the other side.
It's because you look at FaZe and you think, okay, these are one of the pioneers of the idea of, you know, an international lineup, a multinational lineup. And then you look at OG, they've done the same thing. But the successes of FaZe cannot be discounted, albeit several iterations of the lineup. They're pretty deep in now. For OG, they're just trying to do the same thing. But consistency, again, the key we're looking for here for OG.
Yeah, this round's gotten a little bit weird, what with players being in the apartments on both teams. They think Apps is clear, but it's not. And it's not just Issa here. And that's where the problems could begin for FaZe, right? They are in the up against these pistols. And you know that there's one Apps player. Ideally, you want Issa to be this next point of contact, right? Because he's already removed a player from the round. And if it's MBK spotted, that element of surprise that there's 2 players here kind of goes out the window. There is also a man flanking down through the bottom of Banana. And Olaf, just tucked away, doesn't get spotted. And so this round should be a lock-in now. 3 on the board for FaZe Clan. And, you know, while there were their fair share of trials and tribulations early on, what with OG getting off to that 4-0 start, right? Winning the pistol, winning a bonus round, if you remember, moving into that first buy for FaZe. Since then, they've recovered this well.
No armor. Playing with fire. Yeah, I didn't think that one was going to work for MBK.
There was an idea.
Yeah, it was planted in the site as well. There's still that chance, but no armor with the bomb going off. You can't survive in the pit. Obviously, he didn't want to double back into Abs and die and lose the gun, but rather take the fight than just straight up lose to the bomb.
And that just reminds me of, what was it, last night, the night before last, when you happen to be on the cell phone. You're on the phone mid-game. You're like, oh, Mom, please, I got to go. I can't. Come on, please, Mom.
It is ready.
You die to the bomb like 3 times.
Yeah.
It just kind of happens that way.
Trace, you were saving at sandbags on B when we planted B, and I was like, yeah, that man's dead, and yeah.
No headphones, of course. Can't even really tell that the bomb's planted, but here we are.
We've all been there.
I think we won that one, right?
Yeah, I think we did. Somehow, some way. 4-3, FaZe building into the game, but OG coming back in with guns. It's not their best buy fielded. It's no orb. Already a lot of util dispersed down Banana. You can see Valde is a little more aware of the corners this time around as they were caught by Kiebi on logs. Hold eats a nade. FaZe playing slow, but they look like they want that B bomb site. They're just waiting out this util. What's Brokey setting up here? Hot B smoke. Already, even that could be a CT fake smoke, I think. But regardless, FaZe with multiple players ready to pounce. 4 on the A side for OG. Valde in B with only a smoke to stall things out, but that should be enough if he gets this jump spot. He's been blinded, though. There's that CT smoke down, indeed. And now FaZe with heavy numbers run up Banana fast. No waiting. Smoke on the site. That was meant for Coffins, I can presume. It did land a little bit short, but nonetheless, Valde's seen everyone here, and he's calling for the full rotate. There's a kill, and he's done some damage as well. Put Cold down low. Mantu's been boosted. The CT smoke fades, and everyone's blind. The bomb goes tumbling down, and somehow, some way, Olaf backs up into the line of sight of the boost. And it's just a mow down for OG. Everyone here, all of them fighting. Valde got the info, and OG with a quick rotate.
And some missed grenades there, missed smokes. You wonder, okay, well, are they going to be able to fix that? Are they going to be able to hit these next time around? Because that's not really ideal. 5-3 for OG. They hold them off on the B site. There's going to be another purchase coming in for FaZe Clan.
Orbs out again. It's what you love to see. Mantu commonly on that short side on this A side, might be left on solo Bs at times. He's taking the long spawn and picking mid, but nothing out for FaZe. They've taken ult instead. And BK's got a shotgun in the apartments. Big fan of that. FaZe spreading out with a bit of a slow one for a change.
Yeah, looking to go toe for toe at this banana aggression. I meant to say toe to toe, but toe for toe, it's like eye for an eye, only not quite as bad.
Toe for a toe.
Yeah.
He only got 2 eyes, he's got plenty of toes. They're expendable.
Too many, if anything, mate. That's why I've been snipping mine off every chance I get. But look at this, right? FaZe grouped up at Banana once again. They've got all these smokes, they got all this utility, and they're looking to make this B play happen. Now, this time, they've telegraphed a lot less, right? There's no CT smoke when you don't have top Banana control coming in this time around. They've got that control guaranteed. And these players that are actually in the B site don't have anything in the way of utility to delay this push outside of that one smoke. Valde and Alexi, though, they're going to hold their own regardless, and the rotates are coming in now. Alexi's out of ammo and does get bested by Brokey, but it's Issa with the spam, leaving it all on Olaf. In a 1v3, going to try and peek in a CT. Mantu was holding it, but Olaf has deleted him. For Issa, hot on the trigger with the trade. 6 on the board for OG, and these B plays not really working out for FaZe, right? Yeah. And that's the thing. I think in a lot of these rounds where they've tried to MB, they've had the right read in terms of like going into the B site on account of what's there, right? You think about when Valde was holding it alone, they didn't respect the smoke, they ran straight through, and that was in essence a good call to make, right? They had the read as to what was going on in B. Where they're getting outclassed is these rotates that Alexi's calling right now. They're often so quick, and by the time FaZe are even getting into that B site, there's often reinforcements already there. And so I think FaZe are going to have to do a little bit more in terms of gaming these rotations, right? Slowing them down, showing some presence elsewhere. Because right now, in a lot of these B plays, there's been nothing at A. And so it's been very, very comfortable for OG just to call a 3-man rotate in a lot of these rounds.
OG can also see that FaZe aren't really respecting a lot of the utility, right? From getting past banana molotovs to smoking mid-mollies, right? And that round, Valde drops a smoke as their old one fades. Alexi's playing close to it, very ready for FaZe to just rush through on the timing. So yeah, OG with a good idea of how FaZe are approaching these choke points right now and not respecting util. Right now it's only pistols, and so OG in a great place to find a 7th. FaZe going up long where the AWP sits in library. He's going to get smoked off there. It could be another R-trap Harry to CT. It could be good. It's all right onto Olaf. Kiebi's in apartments lurking. FaZe have control of the spawn, but all they use is to wrap B with no banana control. We'll have to see. Kirby's still lurking, and so that only hints towards this ending on the A site. OG, they know about the possibility, but they don't really care. They've pushed bottom B. They know it's not a B split, and they're going to try and get control back of mid, winning the fight against Cold, and now FaZe filter back in through long. Everyone's ready. Everyone's waiting. The lurk could be everything, though, for FaZe, and Kirby with a second, dropping Mantu. There's a chance, after all, on this eco.
Yeah, there is. 2-on-3, bomb planted. Very low on the side of FaZe, though. Brokey, the one with 95 HP, and these pistols. Well, they've gotten the bomb planted. They've come this far. But now they've got to thwart off the re-aggression here from Valde and Alexi.
Or Kiebi's flanking.
Yeah, this wrap from Kirby's smart as well, right? He gives up ups and he does land a dink. That's going to bring Valde down very, very low. 14 HP and 2 Deegs on the other side. One bullet would decide his fate. And so he's going to grab the AWP and get out of there. FaZe, they get it done with the pistols. Kirby with his shaky aim up in the apartment, shutting down 2, wrapping around and getting away with even more damage. Valde's just
going to run.
Calculated. Very much calculated.
He needs to teach Nathan a bit of the old bomb maths right there.
Would that be MBK, on a first name basis?
Yeah, you hang out with MBK all the time?
He eats at the coolest restaurants, hangs with the freshest, hottest dudes.
Hottest dudes.
I don't know.
Yeah, but if he does all that, where does he hang out with you?
Exactly, Trace. That's
Just kidding.
busted me.
Now, speaking of bust, the last time these two teams played off in Intel Extreme Masters New York in that final, it was a significantly different look. I mean, we're talking about a 16-5 from FaZe Clan where they ran the board on their CT side. Now, albeit starting on the T side, here they were able to close it out on the T side there and win the series. So
I remember there was a Bosnian player, some upcomer by the name of Nico you might have heard of, also playing in that event.
yeah, well,
Heard he's all right.
he went 15 and 12. I guess it's okay.
That's a great eco, though, from FaZe, right? Just taking this spawn, it seemed like OG didn't really care. They were fine with it. They had the info. They won the first couple of fights into mid, and then Kiebi just comes in with a backstab, and that was the last thing OG were expecting. Now they're broke. AWP does get saved. Matu handed it. MBK back with the shotgun. FaZe going back towards middle. AWP and Apps, always a dangerous game, but Mantu, very fast fingers indeed. They're coming up on the bottom side, but he's got support from Issa and MBK, who have also pushed up, and Rain is waiting for this exact play. No further than this for Mantu. And again, this could be a bit of an awkward one where FaZe, even if they take middle, they're not going to know about Apps until too late. Oh, missed shot from Mantu, though. That gives the jig away. He's not going to be able to follow up. And now he's trapped in the corner with no escape. Long taken, and CT an opportunity for FaZe, but they're just going to wrap this A site.
Yeah, he was scared to get out of the position, and rightfully so. They knocked him down to 13 HP. Meanwhile, A site, well, it's falling. Player by player, Olaf mopping him up in the halls. This round has not gone the way of OG, I can assure you that.
Can Olaf just come back? Like, forever?
He's here, Harry.
No,
He's
I know,
right
but
here,
like,
Harry. On your screen.
like forever, man. I hope that, getting a play like this is really like going to help reignite that passion for competitive play, man.
Just think about it this way, Harry.
That's the dream.
You've got Cajun B. You've got Gob B.
Okay.
You've got Alexi B.
Okay.
And you've got Cardi B. Now, I don't know. We're only missing one for a pretty sweet lineup, if I had to guess.
Toby.
Toby, of course.
He can coach that team, right?
Yeah.
Who else could we get?
Drawing blanks.
Yeah, no more Bs.
Man, that's a shame.
Could just rush B.
I'll be the strap, man. Well,
Predictable.
I think we've run that one into the ground long enough, right? So FaZe taking a 5th. Olaf topping the charts right now. And a good performance from Brokey and Kirby as well. This is a nice little trifecta stepping up for FaZe at this point in time. No money once again on the OG side. They took the investment around that AWP that was saved forward, and it didn't give them the results they were hoping for. Once again, I feel like it's important to remind everyone that this was a 4-0 start for OG, right? Suddenly it makes this 5-6 scoreline that much more respectable for the FaZe clan. They're able to overcome the pistols here. They'll be tying this game up. And with only one man B-Wood, OG might be forced to rotate players around before this gets out of hand.
Yeah, he's not even in B. This is having to play that CT smoke with a USP. So this round is already not done, but
Wonky.
wonky is a good word for it, yeah.
Willy Wonky.
And his ever-coveted chocolate factory.
Yes. Wonky bars.
Well, FaZe, they might have the golden ticket into this A site right now. Very little players. I say that. The rotate coming back in from Alexibi. And Valde with a 1 UMP up in the apartments, pushing in, could catch a good timing. Alexi backs up on long as they again take control. FaZe have loved this position. Timing shot potentially. Olof is tagged from earlier. Alexi's going through this smoke, but waiting for him is Brokey with the orb. Olof with an entry onto MBK. Mantu gone from the pit, and Alexi B. Oh, dear. Brokey! Not what we expect from him. That's going to be a free orb handed to Issa. And if they can get away with that, that's great.
Talk about staying alive, just like escaping certain death. The bomb gets planted from FaZe over here at the A site. And well, for OG, they're not really in a position to go for it. Issa's going to tuck away with that AWP, and Caribbee's going to try to hunt him down towards the B side of the map.
He might be way further than Issa is ready for, right? They don't actually have this info. Kiebi doubled back in case FaZe lost A, but they were fine, and Kiebi hears every footstep pitter-pattering through the ruins. It should be his.
Oh! Now,
dear.
We're going to go down to Harry on the sidelines for that shot about KRB and his aim.
Yeah, well, you know, it was looking so good for him, and then so bad in the blink of an eye. You know, you see why that shaky aim, it can give and it can take away as well. And there, sadly, it ends up taken away. Regardless, though, like, it's 6-6 for FaZe. They keep the AWP in the hands of OG, and that's good for them, as it allows them to put it in Mansu's hands, look into the future.
Nice
also,
shot.
yeah, banger of a shot from Issa. Like, if you're Kierby, you're not expecting him to just turn on a dime and wreck your little head poking up over the boxes there. But that's exactly what happened. So this game gets all tied up.
Brokey's off the AWP after that one as well.
Yeah, you know, and fair enough. We haven't really seen FaZe bringing it into a lot of these rounds, and they give it a go there, and needless to say, the results weren't really what they were hoping for. And the last thing you want is to be consistently arming Mantu with this AWP if they are able to keep saving it.
It's happened twice.
Yeah.
FaZe may be interested in B yet again. It's been some time, and OG were good at shutting it down. Most importantly, having those early rotates. But you'll notice with a triple short setup, that is going to leave a lot to be desired in terms of rotations. If FaZe flat execute into B, it's one of those rounds where it just comes down to your anchor players. If Alexi and Coke can hold on, then that's great. If not, it might have to be a save. And we're reaching that point right here, right now. Valde is all that stands on this B site. And are OG going to do the classic and just rotate him off? No, he goes back towards CT, but here's the execute for FaZe, and if Valde doesn't get, 2, maybe even 3 kills, this round is just dead in the water. So here we go, through the smoke with 1, and there we go, it's FaZe with 7. It's Inferno 101, as OG, unfortunately, too far away to even give that a look in. They want to save their money for the last couple of rounds of the half. FaZe a lot more ready for the aggro banana as well. It's something that OG were doing in the first 5 or 6 rounds of this game to keep FaZe out, right? Like, not just the util down B, but also just flashing players back into the car. And FaZe, they just obliterate Alexi. Cole was full blind as he took that kill as well. So, not bad. 7-6. FaZe up in the lead on their map pick.
Yeah, FaZe, they go down 4-0, they get 2 rounds. And the next thing you know, we're all tied up and then jumping into a 7th round for FaZe.
And you really felt like that kind of, momentum, like pendulum swing in favor of FaZe, from that 4-0 start where it looked like OG were really coming into this primed and ready. It feels like, we've seen FaZe not only come into this with ideas that they were looking to exploit, like those CT wraps that we kept seeing in the early stages of this game, but there's been some really sound adaptations as well. It feels like they kind of caught wind that when OG went on that little 2-round streak after FaZe were able to get their first 3 on the board, a lot of that came down to just no pressure being applied anywhere other than where FaZe were looking to end up. And since then, we've seen a much more proactive approach, getting things like apps control, taking top mid away from OG. And then and only then, once you've kind of solidified this default, looking to make some of these B plays happen or A plays, whatever it ends up being, they're not giving that same kind of freedom of information and rotations over to OG right now. And that's a nice little change to see, because it looked like it was going to be an undoing of FaZe earlier on there in the half. This time, lots of utility into the A site, but that bomb's going back to Banana. So this is a very good example of what we're talking about here. Olaf is stood in the fire, but it's not even burning him, man. I guess Legends never burn, and it would make sense that Olaf is the man immune to the flames. However, this round gets a little bit tricky now. What with that kill coming in at Banana, that shuts down a hope of a B split. that FaZe were looking to move into. Brokey doesn't want to give the bomb over to these aggro banana players. And it looks like they're still trying this B wrap. They're moving these players in through CT. Now more than ever, you are putting a lot of faith in Brokey. If he does not win this 1v1 versus Alexa B, then this round could be over on the back of it. He's going to check him, and Brokey wins it out. So now Valdez ready for the B play, but CT holds the terrifying truth. That banana bomb dropped. There's the wrap from Cold, and he doesn't quite find the kill right away. They will deal with him. And now they get the bomb down in a 2-on-2.
Impressive FaZe have gotten to this point, right? OG was so aware, they were so ready with what went on. The only question was the numbers. How many were in Banana? Valde, even after killing Brokey, hangs around. He's not to know that it's a CT wrap so quick from the last two, and now FaZe have set up post plants in the B bomb site. Molly onto Newbox. That's going to force Cold forward, but he's already tucked, watching towards the ruins. Cold burning. Oh, it spreads quite a lot, but Olaf with a quick tap again and taking down Issa leaves Mantu in the hot seat. He doesn't know where Cold Zero is. For all he knows, it could be Olaf who was burning. The nade will do nothing, and this is going to be a FaZe clan round through and through. Great reaction, like being down and having your entire round telegraphed to OG with that B split and still committing with the solo bomb and banana. I don't know how FaZe get out of that alive. Great individuals, it's what we know, it's what we love, and it's FaZe leading the board.
Yeah, they've mounted a comeback here, it would seem. Looking for that ninth before we head into halftime.
Dude, Olaf, he's getting a lot of little taps, little burst kills.
Really good, man.
He's deleting kids.
This up-and-coming player in Olaf,
yeah,
he's pretty good. Just kidding. He's been around since the dawn of time. Probably been playing Counter-Strike longer than you have. And it shows. It really does. He's sitting at 13-9, currently leading the way for FaZe. In the last round, everybody's going to buy out everything they have. Brokey on AWP, positioned and looking down banana. There's going to be OG that smokes real deep. They get complete banana control early in the round. Now, with FaZe still on the ramp, it does kind of give the idea, or maybe the illusion on our side, that perhaps there's still some fight for them to take on banana.
Oh, OG, they're doing it again. Look at this. They're going 5A, or are they leaving Mantu alone? Okay, yeah, this makes a little more sense. I was going to say 5A out of spawn is just crazy, but the AWP alone in the B bomb site, it's a fair risk. They know that, you know, FaZe have liked a lot of these mid takes.
It's just got banana written all over it for FaZe.
FaZe going full Havan, right? They're just sitting ramp all round, and then they're going to late exec B. This is to avoid the early util damage that would likely come through, but OG's money was already pretty dry in this final round of the half. One man on B. OG can't save the day. They've got a retake if Mantu doesn't hold the line, and it's against 5, so good luck.
Oh, there's one, Mantu. If there ever was a time, it might be now. There's a second, and he's looking to get primed for a little bit more. Mantu delivering everything that was needed, and it's all left onto Rain. He's all alone in alt mid, far away from this bomb, and with that play from the AWP over towards the B site, OG have stolen this round away. FaZe, they finished the first half 8-7, narrowly in the lead. Now OG look to bounce back in the second half. Find out if they can in just a moment.
Just to realize it's not actually a 9-6, it's an 8-7. It's even closer. It's split right down the middle. Maybe you should clean your glasses, Trace, because FaZe up by 1, and Rain running right down. He's pushing mid, no holds barred. Kiebi with a tap, and what is up banana, but they're going to turn around and deal with MBK after he gets one. It's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a death match, and everyone's here for the party. Kiebi putting up one hell of a fight, but he is going to get traded into the one-on-one. Alexi running back for the death cam and then stays on the ramp. Where will he pick? Cold has gone from B to A and is peeking down mid. This could be misinformation, though, if he thinks this is a B play off the back. Oh, dear. Alexi's running. Cold's got the info, and this should be his. There it is.
Yeah, Alexi B makes that one competitive on the, the backslide of a P250. But then it still comes through for FaZe. So like I said, 9-7, just after the half.
Yeah. So OG one pistol?
No. Oh, sorry.
You guys may be way more confused than it needs to be.
All right, Harry, you've got the soapbox. What's on your mind?
A lot of stuff, but not stuff. Actually, if there ever was around to just talk about it, I guess it's this one. I think one of the coolest things about Nico leaving FaZe to go to G2 is I think we might end up in one of these situations where both teams get better as a result. And they're always the best kind of roster moves when it happens. What are you trying to do here, Mantu?
Just listen to the radio.
Hanging out, man.
But no, like, I really do like it. I think that for someone like Cold, he's been doing a great job of like making the best out of this whole situation, right? Like he's been pretty candid in interviews about how towards the end of FaZe it started to feel like, you know, it wasn't really going anywhere, and they were playing for Nico a lot of the time, and for FaZe, I do hope that they end up bringing in someone who can take that IGL responsibility away, because I think, you know, then we'll get even more mileage out of someone like coldzera. But it does already feel like FaZe are not afraid to play like a very, very loose style where they do rely on the individuals and kind of playing together. And if you remember when Nico was calling, it did feel like a very slow, almost overly structured like approach to the game where everything was about playing safe and slow and sound. And already, like, there's been a lot of risks from FaZe, but you can afford to take these risks, man. You've got guys like Cold, like Olaf, like Kierby, like young talents in Brokey. It really has been a nice look to this FaZe squad already. And one of the other reasons I think you got to give Cold props is because if he wanted to, he could just go and, you know, like, join some team, right? If he wanted to, like, go and get the band back together with, you know, Fallen and the boys. And, you know, not really win anything anymore, but still, like, have that time playing with all of his old teammates and, you know, going about it that way. But he said in these interviews, like, no, he still wants to be winning. He still wants to be competing at the top. And I just love that mindset from him.
Nice.
Well, there, we got this first buy round in for OG. And this is where we see a FaZe little streak is going to get drawn to a close. They've gone into this on the back of a bonus round. Are they going to be able to have that same success that OG had when they attempted this in the first half?
Yeah, OG padded themselves with AKs for rounds on that CT side until FaZe eventually streaked together a few. So that's the hope, the aspiration for FaZe. 3 players at B with the bomb, backing out of Banana though, and 2 in the apartments. OG, where do they want to end up? Retaking B. BK throwing lurk smokes towards apps, but 2 players here to deal with it. Deep Molotov as well. Kiebi can see that no one's coming through the apartments. So that keeps 2 players at B. Olaf spotting with a smoke, ready to drop it down at the sign of contact, and he's seen someone. Still stalling the smoke for a few more seconds, trying to get it in as late as he can without it being too late. 35 on the clock. And Mantu, he gets him through the smoke.
Well.
Oh my, CT smoke down. OG could just run in. The fear is it's a triple B, but they've got nothing to suggest that. So gonna throw themselves through the util and Valde with another opening kill. It's OG inside of the B-bomb site with a plant available as well. Brokey's getting spammed and mollied, and he might even need to consider saving in a round like this.
Yeah, I think that's a done deal. RDC, KRB, and coldzera have determined that it's not worthy of going for it. Instead, they're going to find themselves a middle, working towards Boiler and the apps just to save their weapons. This, Brokey very broke in over towards that B site.
And very broke. So FaZe on a bonus round are going to obviously have to reinvest in rifles. The SMGs don't get it done, but they have another chance at the dance. Brokey gets out very late as well. Good to see him not exit early, right? Two reasons. One, exit kills more available. And second, the CT smoke faded. So if he left right after getting tagged, they probably would have killed him. So waits until OG have also left the bomb site. And yeah, I like that call for OG. Just run through the smoke. Someone jumps on Valde's head as he gets that opener. But it's not a worry. It's not a problem.
It's not a problem for you to join the fan cams. You know what the deal is. You know what the drill is. IEM.GG/fancam. Go, 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 go. Out of spawn we go. Now look at the weaponry over here for FaZe. It's not really making me believe that this is going to be their round.
Yeah, they're not actually reinvesting in rifles because the util would have been pretty dire, and even then this buy is lacking. So going to save some money and keep pistols around the saved weapons, some of them rifles.
Well, they do have smokes, and that's to buy themselves a little more time here. Olaf, well, he's going to be left alone inside of the B site. Now he's got a difficult decision to make. Where will he try to hold this one off from? Drops his smoke at the steps, just trying to invite them to come to pool. Olaf skates away through a smoke. KRB and company. And I say company, he's the only other one that's rotated.
That smoke's fading in spawn, though. Kiebi could do something as it comes through, but there's the re-smoke, and Kiebi's cut out of the round. Olof gone as well at Coffin. And these B entries in the last 2 rounds have been very good for OG, already setting a bit of a worrying precedent. And will that be, you know, a mind game that they use going forward, right? If FaZe are expected to be triple B in the next gun round, will OG do what FaZe did on their T side, which is like an accelerated mid-take and trying to get ahead of those early positions? We'll have to see. But I already like what I see from OG on this T side. Another save situation for FaZe. But regardless of whether they get away with these guns, especially on Kiebi, reinvestments can come through.
Yeah, this one's locked in. OG are going to go up to 9, and that's just 1 shy of where FaZe sit at 10. Again, big round coming up with the money.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Okay.
He doesn't want to stay forever.
It's all okay. Everything's fine. It's all fine. OG, 9 on the board. Yeah. And a nice little flawless round there for OG. So their money really starting to build up now. And that's where for FaZe things can get a little bit concerning, right? These comebacks when you're on the CT side and you feel your opponent starting to pick up momentum, it becomes a very, very scary idea, especially on such a utility-dominated map, such as Inferno, where you really do need to be investing in everything to put a stop to some of these plays that OG are going to try and throw your way. You know, you're kind of going for broke in every one of these rounds, and OG do not have that same threat by any margin.
There's the triple B. And they're actually going to keep it. Olof is lining up flashes. So after Brokey shoots, he can be popped back in, and Rain is still tucked here as well. He's going to go aggro with the Molotov. Not hanging around forever, though. And actually, FaZe just give it up. They go, fine, we've shown some presence here. We've thrown some nades. We've shot the AWP. Now we're going to rotate it away. Or someone, at least. No, they just commit. This is a very risky move for FaZe, but... yeah, OG aren't in a rush anywhere, right? The bomb was left at spawn from the get-go, so they're just defaulting. 3 up B. Now Brokey flashed off. Still that reflash ready for Rain. And Olof going to go in with it.
Oh, here's this preemptive rotate back from Brokey on that AWP. OG, you know, with some control in the apartments and looking to go for top banana. Now, this could have been the thing that opened up a B play, but now they lose Valder. And they're enticed in by the promise of getting this trade onto Olof, who's aggro at the top of banana. MBK with the peek, and Olof just gets out of there. He's going to call for the rotate back in from Rain, who only has that 1 flash, but the flash is very, very good, and it's delayed the push in. Brokey now rotating with a flash of his own. Everybody's blind, and there's the peek with the flashbang all in tandem. Olof just needs to stay alive, and that's what he's doing. There's no time left in the round regardless. And Issa's just left to save, kind of against his will, as FaZe take 11. The double flashes there, that whole round kind of played to perfection for those players in towards B. OG very, very fixated on taking advantage of an aggressive Olof in through banana, looking to get that trade, then flashed by Rain on his CT rotate, and he doesn't peek on the back of it. He waits for Brokey to get into position with a flash of his own, and at that point, there's so little time left. Olof just being alive in the site is enough to win the round for FaZe.
Also, a nice little bait at the top of B for the opening kill. Rain dropped a top B smoke as Olof was sandbags, and so the player walking up banana assumed that, you know, that area was somewhat clear. He didn't hard check sandbags. Olof gets a free kill. He still hangs in front of the smoke and is able to dart back when MBK gets through with the bomb. So yeah, FaZe had all the info there. Nice round from them. OG rebuying, but already losing a man. Valde spammed through the smoke, and Rain going back for more. He's done good damage. Lexi does walk through. Brokey caught on a jump, getting on top of the car, and that is a costly kill for FaZe, who could have been 5-on-3 in this very moment.
Yeah, that gives OG just a little bit of a glimmer of hope that, hey, you know what, maybe we could rally up, take banana control, then subsequently take the B site. But for FaZe, they're kind of anticipating this. You see Olof is sort of backed away and giving himself room to work with should they lean towards that B site. But right now, they're stacked up on A. And that's going to be the bomb, too, going into apartments. Cold Zera waiting at the end of the apartments.
Yeah, I was wondering how long it would take before we actually see an apps crunch. OG love to call these, and FaZe haven't seen one just yet. So Cold is keeping his eyes on the prize. There's the flash. He jumps back. MBK out on short, and it bait shots for Cold. He only gets away with one. Kirby drops the bomb in apartments, though, and if he can stand tall and get another, that would be massive. But dead after damage. MBK dinked, and now they've got to go climbing back up for the bomb. Mantu going to molly short. With the motor smoke down, a boost could be huge for FaZe, but they've missed that timing as Rain walks in, and MBK plant to the back of the site. They're going to hear that. But where is the AWP? They ask themselves. Big pit for Mantu. MBK trying to cross out, and he does do successfully with a resmoke. Olof may have an open line of sight, but no one is giving him a kill.
Yeah, Mantu can be a menace down in this pit position as well. There's even a Molotov on MBK to slow down this retake even further. Olof's going to flash them down in towards pit. Goes the flash. That keeps Mantu out for a second. And while that's happening, they isolate MBK. Mantu tagged, and they're looking to finish the job. Finally, they will. Defuse going to come in. Rain with a triple. Saves the AWP. Puts 12 on the board for FaZe. And Kirby with a stellar hold in towards the site. It was just him and Cold responsible for that entire A-bomb site in a 2-on-4. And they are able to keep it even for those B rotations to come in and close the round out.
Yeah, that was a crucial detail that you mentioned. The flash into pit is so great because even though, you know, they're not acting on the back of the flash, it just blinds Mantu. They read the fact that, okay, we're not getting peaks. He's got to be in pit with the AWP. And if we flash him off, he can't support, he can't swing on MBK taking contact. So they get a 2-2-on-1s essentially after that flashbang. Nice round for FaZe on the retake. 12-9 and a beating with a utility on both sides. A slam through the smoke for Olof and no survivors for OG.
That's wild, man. When all that utility damage comes in, you're thinking like, dear, FaZe are about to get ruined. But no, they respond with utility of their own. That burns out Alexi. Valde gets spammed. And Banana is just, it's out of bloodshed, but it all comes up in favor of FaZe. Admittedly, Rain is low, but that's not something you're celebrating if you're OG. A 3-on-5, looking to move into this B site, but there's 3 players stacked up here for FaZe Clan. And critically, Cole didn't really put much down in the way of utility in this round, so he's still holding on to a hell of a lot of it. Olaf as well with a molly and a smoke. You can keep replenishing this banana utility for a long while yet if you're FaZe.
Yeah, that banana smoke.
Blocked.
Oh.
He was getting blocked by Issa, who was standing in front of him. I think you need to walk one step with that molly.
This round is just crumbling at the seams.
Yeah, and FaZe, they have no reason to not be triple B here, right? Like, CT is open, and so they have got an eye on it, but OG have not taken mid at all. And actually, the doubt for FaZe, right? A few seconds of silence puts the seed of doubt in the mind of Olaf, and he doubles back. Still, a good B hold here. Rain and Cold ready to receive.
Yeah, no time. They're going to have to make this one with a quickness. They're going to dump Molotovs into the back of sight. One at dark, one in the new box. And there's a shot from Cold. Now that might just be what pushes this one over the edge for FaZe, because he goes back for another. Eventually Mantu finds him, but with under 10 seconds on the clock, there's just no way on earth. Rain having sat there basically the entire later stage of the round. It does come to fruition. It does pay off for him. Now we've got all of FaZe on double digits, and, well, OG have yet to go up on double digits with a 13-9. Score line.
Yeah, this is a great game for FaZe right now. I think we have a competitive series on our hands. Obviously, OG coming in with a Dust 2 pick later on, but still very loose maps for Cole to call on, which is of huge benefit to FaZe. And maybe, Harry, maybe that gamble pick that you made of FaZe Clan could be paying off. We'll have to wait and see. It is early days in this best of 3.
We don't want to give Harry too much credit too early. Now we know
true.
He's a bit of a Willy Wonky himself. It's not a bad start. Dust 2 coming up after this.
Don't worry, man. When I'm right, I'll make sure to rub it in literally everyone's faces. And you know what they say? Your apology will need to be as loud as your disrespect.
Well.
So look at this, man. Bit of utility going in to the A site for OG. And they look to take this top mid control. FaZe have got 3 here with Brokey holding down long on the AWP. He's got support from teammates if needed, namely flashes from the likes of Cold and Kirby available to him. And they're going to try and walk through the smoke. Now, Brokey isn't holding for the walkthrough, so if they do that, he's not going to spot it. Brokey having to go back in, and there's the flashes that we talk about. Kirby giving him the first. There's even more that can come through from coldzera. Currently, he's a bit preoccupied with the apartments because MBK is being a loud boy up in this side of the map. The flash leaves them blind, but now they don't know about Cold, and Brokey gets the ace. He gets them all. I was waiting for someone to steal it away because it didn't look like he was going to get it. But no, Brokey with all 5, and that's great, man. He's been pretty quiet on the AWP. His rifle was almost looking better at one point in time in this series, and now it comes alive.
How did he wallbang default? Where did that come from? Look at these. Oh, just picking them out of the air. And Brokey. That's the stuff you love to see.
It really just feels like, man, like the way that this phase is working right now is they're just like, man, like we're great individuals. We can play together. Let's just do that, right? Like they're not overcomplicating anything. They're not playing too safe.
Time to go.
Run.
Yeah. Brokey wants nothing to do with that.
He's actually lucky that he didn't even get that shot off, because the second player, MBK, or the first player rather, was actually past his crosshair. He was already up ult, so he was about to get close peaked, but not a worry. And yeah, Brokey back on short side. MBK got to be careful coming out of Boiler. No flashes currently, just looking for the dry peek. Brokey going to give it up as a flash does come through, but he follows up with the shot onto MBK. It's a fast approach, denied though on OG. Do they double back into a B player? Looks interesting as there's only one player there, but they're not to know. Deep smoke down on the library side. Issa still lurking apps, and there's 3 in mid for OG. FaZe are about to crunch this as those smokes fade. This could be very problematic. OG are going to bleed the clock. Go back and look at the B bomb site. Make FaZe over-rotate. One Molotov to clear out the close push. Olof flashes from afar. Alexi's ahead of it, though. Olof's jiggles, he spots, and he doesn't give up the kill. But he still looks interested. Flash by coldzera. There it is. Alexi's blind. That's a good flash. Olof only gets 1, though, but still Cold is here in time.
Oh. They're going to press the site, too. They're not going to stop. Valde leading the charge with the bomb in hand. He's not going to be alone. Issa will be there to support him, but for the time being, these jaws, these claws, they're starting to get clamped down on this B site. With 20 seconds left, it's now just in Mantu's hands. With the bomb down, he's late to go up Banana. And really and truly, with 3 members of FaZe alive in no time, it was only destined to happen. Brokey finds him an op headshot. Brokey really has come alive in this second half. Now sitting in 19 and 13. And this very well could be the end of the game.
These bait and switches from FaZe over towards B have been great. They give the illusion that Olof was there alone, right? When that CT smoke goes in, the players in CT who have been very, very loud on the rotate, like very, very rushed to get there, start spamming the smoke to like give the illusion, oh no, we only have one guy playing aggro over towards B, which to be fair, FaZe did have for the longest time. But Cole was already there in the site, and so his position gets discounted a little bit by Valde, and that's the free kill onto the bomb player. FaZe onto 15, and OG trailing behind in a very, very big way. They need 6 in a row, and that's just to force overtime, right? That's just to run it back again. And they've got to make it happen with this very, very broken buy. They flash out into mid, but already FaZe have got 3 players back at this side of the map. Brokey gonna nail Alexa B. And it falls to the 4 remaining for OG. Alexi having a lead from beyond the grave, try and direct his team to a victory in round 25. And right now, it's not looking good for them. Brokey's moved in with the AWP. They do deal with him. And Issa following up with even more. Rain rushes through the smoke to his death. Kirby still putting up a fight, barely alive. And Issa's wrapping him, has knocked him out of the round, and is on for an ace of his own. Olof left up against them. A legend back in the server in a 1v2. Issa, 100 HP. The ace, still a possibility here. They needed a hero, and it could be Issa. Olof knows that one of them's back in the site. He's trying to deal with the pit player as well, but this crossfire is very, very tricky to navigate at the best of times. Flashing high, but that's a little deep to blind Valde. Nothing getting given over. He smokes the site, isolating this engagement onto the pit player. And now just Issa left to beat, but with the ace, Issa puts 10 on the board for OG. My word, one man is all it takes to reach double digits.
Finally up to those double digits. That's right, Harry. 15 to 10. Still a long climb back here for OG.
That was a 3-on-5 as well. That is OG saving themselves in this map. What a play from Issa. They needed it. It was done. It was dusted. It was dust to next, if not. And Issa has put legs on this game. And we're running for the distance. We're running for OT. 5 in a row needed for OG, but it's going to be easier said than done. The money isn't great. They lost almost everyone in that round. AWP on Mantu. SMGs elsewhere. This is a mess of a buy. Molly's coming down B, and Mantu doubles back through the smokes, giving FaZe that control. They were 4B early, but now already going back to a more standard setup. Issa deep in the apartments. And Brokey bringing the AWP back to this A site. I would be scared of him. We've had 2 aces in this game already, one of them being from the aforementioned AWP in the right place, and now looking like the right time. Smokes over the A site, and OG, they're warning, they're giving FaZe the knowledge before they're even down the hallway. FaZe got to be ready for this if OG commit.
coldzera on the balk again. Gonna see Brokey over there towards Arch, pivots.
Oh.
Realizes there's a ton of information being given right here from coldzera. He's gonna drop down, lines him up in the pit. Only good to take down MBK. And the trades come through so far. A little bit of back and forth. Brokey's gonna make that one not the case any longer. He sits very close inside of the site. A little bit of combat opping necessary here to hold on to A. And a 3-on-2. Alexibi and Mantu trying to get the job done.
Oh, he survives way too long.
Yeah, he barely misses that shot, too. Brokey's out. Now a 2-on-2.
Alexi ducks for the reload. That lets Rain cross. It might not be a problem, but Rain is deeper than maybe they're ready for. Mantu could be stabbed in the back. The smoke is buying him room as he hunts down this long player. There's no one there. It's a double short side and Axe retake. Rain dropping the bomb as it goes back. And 15 on the clock. It might just be the map done and dusted. It's Mantu alone with another nasty 1v2 to get through. It's not looking good. Time's gone. Peeks in, and that's FaZe finding their map pick. 16-10. And a new look FaZe looking good in the server. Can they keep it up over a series, though? It's gonna
problems. But on top of that, I think, with that little soundbite coming out, that they didn't. I think, with that little soundbite coming out, that they didn't have anything anti-strap prepared for a team like Big on Dust. I feel like that would really make you double down on this map, right? In case any teams try and use that against you. OG, slow play in through the lower tunnels to open this up. And right now, it is just silence all across the map.
Yeah, something real gross could happen here. Now, Alexibi with the smoke, the double flash, it's going to be not into play just yet. But Catwalk starting to get conceded every second. A flash coming out from Olaf that's going to response is going to be a swing here from Rain. He's not good for any of them. But a TK comes through, and MBK is going to be sitting out the rest of this round. 3-on-4. Yeah,
that's scary for FaZe, right? The first peak, they see 1 player on Xbox. The second, they see 3 with the bomb as well. So they comes in late, but they back up from it. OG not in a rush in this pistol round with the man advantage. They wait for FaZe to react. FaZe was scared of B anyway, right? With that Xbox smoke coming through, but no one taking Cat, and now they have reason to be as this rotate has come back. Very loud, OG running through upper. Kiabi on a rotate has a flash if he wants to pop Cold into a peak, but he might get blinded from B anyway. Cold is stuck behind the boxes. Good flashbang at least. Can Cold make anything of it though? Valdi's pushed in deep, and Cold can't find the killing blow. Alexi runs him down, and Issa finds another. Looking like a good round for OG here as Issa finds 3, and the team kill doesn't get in the way of OG taking the first.
Not at all. Cold does what he can. It seems like the flash came in just a little too late.
Yeah, Valdi went very wide as well, right? He was getting pinched from both sides. Valdi near the door, Issa running him down from the tunnels, and yeah, OG, I expect a lot here in a map like this. They've beat Na'Vi in back-to-back BO3s on this, 16-9 both times, and so pretty damn good Dust 2 team, as inconsistent as Na'Vi can be. OG also fall into that parameter. FaZe leaning B in their 4-spy round. And OG just taking things nice and slow.
2 words here, Hugo. Cat jam. It's been a while since I've said those words, but boy, do they feel good. Yeah. OG, they've got the opportunity to drop a smoke here on the hinge. And there it is. That's going to give them access up to the catwalk. coldzera spamming it in anticipation, but no one's there to receive the bullets. Now Brokey's got to give his undivided attention to catwalk. It's vulnerability right now for FaZe. They've got 2 players towards long. And just little Brokey with that big mustache. And there he goes. He gets a tag on the Issa, backs off into the site. The call's been made now. Hey, guys, got some company over here on Catwalk. Got some friends on B. Didn't really invite them over.
Ooh.
Nice shot from Rain. Puts a little bit of pep in the step of FaZe, but ultimately those long players out of the round and useless right now. Bomb's going to get planted from Alexi B. It's planted for short. FaZe with head armor. Would be a bit of a miracle to crack this round back open. Olaf is not giving up just yet. He's worked his way up long, gets the cross, and now all these players coming from CT. It's been a bit of a trade battle. Flurry back and forth. coldzera with 2, and now just 1 standing between him and the defuse. No kit, so he's got to make the best of his time. Picks up a Khalil. Valde, no matter how low he was, just 2 HP is how he'll exit the round with OG picking it up.
Cold. He would have had that if he didn't tap. That's just very bad timing, right? He gets swung as he taps the bomb, but even though he gets off and gets 1 bullet in, 2 bullets, that would have been a round. And FaZe didn't have kits. I never thought there'd be a way to get back into that, but very, very close try from Cold.
2 HP.
Scary stuff. And 2 rounds for OG.
All in all, though, that's a good force buy in the second round for FaZe. You know, they bring it down to just 1 player surviving, and Cold is Deagle. I mean, he has delivered us some fantastic Deagle moments on Dust, has coldzera.
Yep.
And in this round now, Kjaerbye, a man who didn't really have anything here, has now been upgraded onto an AK thanks to that 1 Deagle to open it up. Now, this should still get locked in for OG, as they do make quick work of the A-hold. And if you're Kjaerbye, you're already focusing on saving. So yeah, any hope of winning this is out the window. But once again, a tiny bit of damage done. And actually, I say a tiny bit of damage. You take out one of the 2 AKs that were in this round for OG. And if you're able to hold on to that as well, then that's just great. OG up to 3 as they do find the pistol, the 2 conversions on the back of it. But they're going to be in this spot now where, like, you kind of have to run a bonus round here, right? You don't have the money to justify buying back into it. And bonus rounds on Dust can always get a little bit weird. I feel like, you know, never as successful as on other maps, right? Because so much of this is just dominated by long range.
Yeah, it's like the same argument that ecos suck on this map as well. In most cases, especially on the T side. Like, if you're not B rushing, you're cat rushing. If you're not doing either of them, you're definitely losing.
Well, a round loss for FaZe. Kjaerbye takes the AK into the next round. AWP with the quickness in Broky's hands. Now, coldzera showing us some brilliance with the Deagle. It's not enough to turn the tide just yet. Let's see what these guns bring out for FaZe. Well, flashes be bright, man.
Fast out long. Orbs here. Very close, but no connection for Brokey. Olaf's been fast-catted, and he's going to take down Alexi on the corner. OG do have that long control with all 4 players here, but Brokey's still sort of trapped. The flash actually buys Mantu the position to pit, but he doesn't get the info on the cross. The molly will land. Brokey can back up. Does he want to try and stay here while he can? Oh, they don't know. Issa's gone, trying to peek the car. Brokey with a flick, and that is unreal. Gonna get flashed back in as well. Mantu does find a smoke shot to Olaf. No idea how he hits that, but the bait peek from Valde gets punished. Brokey. That is just disgusting.
It wasn't fair. It didn't seem fair. Of course, the Molotov a little shy from where Brokey was. He's able to retain that car position. And with the AWP, he's just so fast. It's like a house of cards just fell right on itself. Brokey doesn't even see Issa right here.
These flicks.
Oh, that last shot, man, that's unbelievable.
It's so ugly, man. I just don't get it. How's he managed to do that? Oh,
like that.
Brokey Escobar.
And now you see, like, why losing so many players in that second round has really come back to hurt OG, like, right away. You know, they run, like, an attempt at a bonus round there. It leaves them with really not much to bring to the table here and now. Flashing through mid, Rain, good for 1, helped out by Cold. And this mid-hold has looked good for FaZe, leaving them in the advantage. And it looked like this was going to be a B split for OG, but on the back of, you know, that split part not really happening. They don't just want to rush in through the B tunnel. So they have to think outside the box now, and that might require going up over the box onto the catwalk. Now it looks to be one of these cat to A plays, and they do have the utility to make that happen.
Look who's here though, Harry.
Oh, it's
Big
that Brokey guy again. Everywhere they go, he's always at the car. So I guess as long as they keep going A, he's everywhere they go. Look at him.
It's a B smoke, but that ain't fooling no one. Could drop the SMG into the spawn here, but you really don't have a lot of numbers to play with. MBK does go down. With that mid to B smoke, he's been given a chance to run up the ramp now. Brokey, close peek. Oh, he was so ready for it. He's going to try and get away. Luckily, it's only a max, so it can't take him down on the retreat. MBK does get tagged, and Brokey back in with a shot. Valdez gone, bomb planted, OG back up, but they can't go far. It's a safe plant, not for the catwalk. Someone's got to stay on the site, or Gandalf. This is a very difficult round for OG.
One for MBK is good, and there's the follow-up for Mantu. Brokey going over with the AWP, but just misses the timing to MBK. Cold cut down, and somehow this goes in favor of OG. That was a 2-on-4 in the post plant, and they're able to see it through. That is absolutely unreal for MBK and Mantu. They should not have gone away with that, and they know it. But they steal that one from the clutches of FaZe. Still money to reinvest for FaZe Clan. You've got Brokey on a glass cannon, rifles for everyone apart from Olaf, and a kit on Kierby, but that is the only kit in this round. Mantu now donning the AWP as well, and that's a scary thing to run into. Luckily enough, Brokey has been looking real good, so that's going to be a pretty exciting head-to-head to get to watch. Don't really see much of these AWP battles on Inferno, which was the first map in this series. And so now we have like our first real test of the AWPers going blow for blow up against one another.
Yeah, to put a number on that, it was 2-3 in favor of Mantu versus Brokey in terms of duels last map. In terms of AWP duels, it was 2-1 in favor of Brokey over Mantu. So not that many indeed, but this is certainly a map where that could change. Brokey's posted on long glass. And OG going back for it late as well. The tucked player of Olaf. Could be a good setup here for FaZe Clan. Brokey just needs to draw the attention, right? And maybe they discount this corner. Maybe they don't think Olaf is here. Oh dear. Olaf's going to molly on Brokey's shot. It actually comes through early, and MBK runs into the AWP. And now they got to double back. They can't commit to that position. Cat can get taken, but Brokey is already here, already ready and waiting. And this one is pretty telegraphed. FaZe know what's going on. Unless OG duck into a desperate mid to B play, FaZe got to be stacked, armed and ready on this A site.
Yeah, 20 seconds left on the clock, too. So for OG, the decision's been made. It's going to be catwalk as the port of call. Brokey with the answer.
Oh, not again. Brokey in with a triple, and just like that, this round should be laid to rest. Mantu trying to get out of there. Runs into Kierby, and that's the AWP saved as well. Crying shame there is that the AWP was dropped over towards ramp. No one was close enough to get it. And Mantu dropping into CT actually allows FaZe to keep an AWP into this round here and now.
Yeah, MBK is just doomed from the second he steps out the doors. Whether it be the Molotov or the AWP, Brokey. It's one that we're going to have to keep our eyes on right here. He's hot with this AWP right now. Attack timeout from OG. It's going to draw to a close. It's been a back and forth one here. And should we need it, we'll go to Mirage if FaZe can't close it out here.
And I do hope we get there. I like watching this new iteration of FaZe, and OG are always a treat, man. Like, you know, you've got a lot of brain power here and a lot of star power as well. I feel like, you know, we've had some great moments from guys like Issa, right, getting the ace. And we just want to see more out of guys like Mantu, right? Because as mentioned, over on Inferno can be tricky for him on that AWP. There's even more time to see that here and now. Attempt at the mid to B, but Brokey there, ready and waiting. MBK, he's hating Brokey right now. Everywhere he goes, Brokey's there to take him out the round early.
He's there again, what the hell? Leave me alone, Brokey.
Just hounded him down, man, every single time. They get up over towards Cat once again, but the problem is FaZe have been very, very proactive with this mid-info. They've always been snatching that away, and now they even spot Alexa B going up Cat. So at this point in time, if you're FaZe, you're like, are they going to go Cat? Well, they've gone Cat near enough every single time, and this round is no different. It is a shutdown. Cole with 3. 3 on the board for FaZe, and they deal with that eco round very, very cleanly. It never even gets close. Doesn't get out of hand. Everything's kept all cool.
Yeah, the run boost looks cool until it isn't. Uh-oh. Nathan has had enough of Brokey's nonsense. Not sure. Hey, Nathan, we got to play the round here, bud. We kind of need you there at the PC.
Nah, you know, that's the beautiful thing about being first to die. If you do want to have just a moment away from the screen, you can do that.
Yeah, that's why I feed all the time.
Oh.
Pass that long for OG. Damage done through this smoke, and Valde, he can take a break too. MBK might be joining him as Olaf swings the smoke, and that's a 5-on-3 for FaZe. Already a strong start to this rifle round. Mantu's on a scout as well, so it's far from a perfect buy for OG. Tucked inside a B is Cold and Kierby.
And just to be clear, that's far from a perfect buy there. Almost like the, oh man, what's the thing that Giants say? Fee-fi, fo-fum, that's the one.
Yeah, which beanstalk did you come from, Harry?
Oh man.
Must have been a slightly hint of red on that bean.
Yeah, it was like a kidney beanstalk.
Yeah, you're like a human being.
Out through mid go OG. And Rain's looking to give them the beans here with the smoke push. He goes through, and Kierby and Cold steal them away. Poor Rain, man. That was about to be a sick little sequence, but he'll take it nonetheless. 4-4. We're all tied up. And no money once again for OG. It's not often that you see a T-side economy bullied around this way, but that's because, you know, OG get off to a good start and things were looking up for them. Then we've had this resurgence from FaZe, and now finally that loss bonus is starting to build up, but you don't get the benefit of that just yet, right? You've got to long this out a little bit longer if you're OG before you're at that kind of buy every round waypoint, I guess.
Here comes Brokey, ready to continue to be that menace for OG.
Ecos are just so dead on this map, though. Like, you know, what can you do if you're OG here? You got a flash on Alexa, you got pistols.
Listen,
Deke sometimes can get picks.
Just because you two hate Dust 2
Yes.
doesn't mean it's a dead map. Okay, let's do it this way. Hugo,
yes.
what map do you take out of the pool right now to reinvigorate?
Mirage, not
No,
Dust.
Well,
2.
conflicting.
That's 2.
Mirage.
Mirage is more varied in pro play. Hugo.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you can sell me on that one. I don't care either of them really. Just at this point, you could take anything out, and I'd just be glad that we've got something fresh, something new.
Let's put Icebox in. Let's go. Iceboard it over. OG setting up for the cat play, and they might be going home in an icebox at the end of this one. Rain with the triple, and there's the lockdown at long. It's another clean anti-eco. And, you know, while these aren't like the most exciting rounds to watch, it is good that they are remaining this clean. Because, like, so often you go in up against an anti-eco, you lose a player, it's like, oh, it's no big deal, but then that rifle's picked up, and then all it takes is like one more kill to come in, and it gets a bit dicey. And it's like, even if you're winning the rounds, you might still be losing players, and that does a hell of a lot to CT money. And on a map like Dust, where AWPs reign king, and you're always putting a very, very big chunk of investment into them, you need that money. And so keeping these flawless anti-ecos has set FaZe up really well for the rest of this half. Now, that's a nice little tag from Mantu there on Cold crossing mid. But OG have their sights set at long. And Olaf, while he hasn't been challenged here all too much, this round is going to be a real big challenge.
Uh-oh. They're going to go through that. Oh, the flash hits them, though. It pops through the doors. It slows him down, but Olaf does get blinded, and that's the result that OG wanted and really needed at this point in the game. They're out long. Cold's low. Brokey boosted into the site. How are they lining up? Something or other. Maybe that cat Molotov, but no, it's towards the car instead over the roof. Double B push for FaZe. They know it's long, and they're just confirming it by taking tunnels, and Alexi is still watching for that mid-rotate as well. He's going to smoke Xbox. He won't hang around for long, goes late to join his teammates. And that's a scary situation, right? Because FaZe now don't know if someone's up catwalk because of that smoke. They may have lower, but they've now got to watch their back as well. And that's left only one player to look at long. They clear it out though, and Brokey goes back into the orb. Mantu finally winning that head-to-head. Rain in the smoke, and MBK jumps into him. 5-on-2. This is an OG round, whether you like it or not. And I like that little late round cat smoke, because even though FaZe pretty quickly realize it's a fake, it pulls them away for just enough time that OG get deep up long.
Yeah, this one's pretty much sealed and shut for OG. They're going to bring us up to 5-5.
And that's like a big round to have 5 alive in as well, right? Like, look at the money of OG. If you win a round like this, but you lose 3 or 4 players, suddenly you're forcing Galils, you might have a Scout, you might have a MAC-10. And so OG, they need everything into that follow-up round to actually keep this economy, because FaZe have built up a good bank on this CT side with a streak of 4 of their own.
I saw something interesting earlier as well. I don't know if you guys saw this. On Overpass, did you know you can stop the train with a decoy?
That. It's strange, isn't it?
Still a thing?
Stops in place. Yeah.
Really? Ah. Like permanently, or just, I guess, for as long as the decoy
blows up, but you can keep replenishing the decoy.
That is very interesting.
The train in place.
Because cool. Didn't know that. Like, I saw it once, but years ago, I just never assumed that that would stay the same. Mantu, opening kill, and onto Brokey of all people as well. Very important frag. Olof does get the AWP out of harm's way, but OG back to this long take, and this time actually with the cat split, they go through the Molotov into Rain, who's ready for it.
Oh, turns from that flash, and Alexi spams him through the smoke. Olof back on the AWP. It's been some time, and no more time at that. Valde going up and over, makes quick work of him. Kjaerbye on the short flank, but Alexi's turned around to keep an eye on it. Kjaerbye will win that fight out. Now Mantu with the AWP. He's watching from long, and the bomb is planted for him. So keeping utility up here is a must for FaZe if they want to be able to win this round. Cold sneaking in through CT. Valde waits over at Gandalf, and he just saw him. They get the info. Kjaerbye now wants to try and get this kill, but Valde has repositioned, and they don't know about it. Cold now aware that this man's back in the site. However, Valde wins his fight onto Kjaerbye. Cold's wrapping up, but he's already used that smoke, and that's going to cost him dearly. Valde with the outmaneuver as well. 3 in the round to put 6 on the board for OG. And they now find themselves back in the lead. Valde playing that so damn well. And honestly, even if he'd fallen there with no utility left on Cold Zera, that would have been an OG round, thanks to the long post plant and Mantu being there with the AWP in hand.
Yeah, that was just so good, right? From moving out of Gandalf the second he gets spotted, even though he gives away his position on Cold's jump, missing that shot, perfect pivot round the boxes, not letting FaZe find anything. And that's going to be OG taking the lead right back on their map pick. All started with a long pick from Mantu as well. He's found a couple of key opening kills off this AWP. He's beaten Brokey in back-to-back A plays. And that is all the difference, right? It was Brokey lighting up the scoreboard at the start of this map to get FaZe to 5. So if he can keep that up, it could be the answer to OG building a pretty heavy T side on this map. They're going to take B by the looks of things. Lots of players going there early. The smoke gone out, and they've got to stall it for a little bit longer. And this round, Brokey was posted long with Olof again, but he's going to back out pretty early, and Olof in harm's way inside of that smoke needs to back up as well. Very low after the nade, will survive on the cross out. Could be anywhere now. And Brokey waiting on the smoke is Valde. Wait, the smoke goes through the floor. It goes down. That's, you rarely see that, but that is a weird bug. Might not matter here. Valde's going to play passive enough that it doesn't. But yeah, sometimes things fall through the floor.
Just like in real life, man.
That's like almost like a one-way that you can peer over as well. It's kind of scary. But no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't play into the round at all.
Kjaerbye could be in a bit of danger here, not keeping his eye on the tunnel, and that is where OG have the majority of players as they look to move in to a mid to B play. That smoke going to draw his attention back. Cold moving in to try and join him. Kjaerbye playing close to the smoke. Leaving Rain to hold on to mid.
Oh, man.
He's first man in. Has the rest of the squad moving in behind him. Kjaerbye doesn't see the guns in the way, and Savalda there for the trade. Rain cut down in middle. It's going to fall to coldzera, who has to deliver. Trapped at the car, good for one, and a bit more damage, but that is it. His tail draws to a close over towards B. And Olof, maybe if he gets this kill, that might entice FaZe back in for a retake. When it was 2-on-3, it was never going to happen. But now they're interested. Now there might be a chance. It's the lack of kit that's going to come back to hurt FaZe. There is one dropped inside of the site. And providing they know about that, then they might be all good here. MBK down at the car, but Olof seems very suspicious. He does not believe it. Man 2 at the back of the site is good for the kill, and MBK never spotted. The AWP dropped down in bottom mid, and for Brokey, this is just going to be that save.
Yeah, there's no way back into this one. No way at all. Just going to hear these OG players retreating. Brokey's going to do the same. We're going to see OG go up to 7. I for FaZe. Just joining us, your opportunity is now to join the IEM.GG fan cams. That's IEM.GG/fancam. Now also, I'll just remind you of the matchup that we have coming up after FaZe versus OG. It's going to be Liquid taking on the Rugrats. And no, I don't mean like Phil, Lil, Chucky, Angelica, Tommy. No.
They'll be there too, though.
Yes. They'll be joining us on the desk, actually, I think, for live commentary. BK out in front of this smoke. He's going to take down Rain. Now, triple upper push for FaZe. That leaves Olof to his own devices over here on Catwalk. Op in Brokey's hands. 2 Deagles in play. Not a kit in sight.
And not a round either for FaZe, right? Like, they should already be focusing on this AWP in a few seconds when that bomb gets planted. Trying to get this out of harm's way, but this is waiting at the top of the middle. Dinked on the immediate peak. Nice stuff from Cold and Kjaerbye to take him down, but yeah, a couple of guns given over, and you just want to get out of here alive if you're FaZe. Not a winnable round by any means of the word, although kills get offered up, you'll take that every time.
Kill is kill.
Kill is a kill. And OG up to 8. This is a far better T side right now. Did Cole try and take the AWP? Because he has no armor?
Yeah, I guess that's why, right? Because doesn't want to get aim punched in this round. Brokey's like, listen, Cole, man, I love you and all, dude, but no, I'm not giving this over. He's like, they ain't even coming. Cole, it's fine. And I think you kind of solidify that when you get the kill onto Alexa B. You know, you find him, and suddenly it's like a 2-on-3 for OG. That's
the call is,
throwable if
the call is don't
hunting.
throw.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
and it's like, you know, we don't want to go and send one more guy out on the search party. He dies, and then we give a 2-on-2 over. So Brokey kind of knows that he's solidified that passive, you know, just holding of the bomb by getting that kill. 8 on the board regardless. This is a very, very good T side for OG. And now we have the first real chance in a little while for FaZe to try and bounce back into it.
Yeah, kill distribution on point for OG. Antu takes his op out long. He's going to be that head scout towards the long A area. Bomb over there towards B for the time being. Just a little bit of a default setup here, if you will.
What's FaZe's solution, though? Lots of A splits have happened for OG. They've thrown in the occasional successful B play. Other than FaZe winning some of the early rifle rounds, it's been pretty quiet. 4 in a row for OG. So trying something new, getting a lurkout mid. Alexa B is in the cubby. FaZe are cycling util towards that B bomb site, and Rain is coming for support to allow Cold to watch upper as well. Rain in a nice angle. You can see the feet before the body, so you have a bit of forewarning. And your opponents are pushing, and it will be that mid to B play again, mainly just the upper push. Cole coming back to middle. Alexa B has not moved a muscle. He is waiting for those rotations. That requires OG to actually be successful on the entries into B in order for any to get given to Alexi. But luckily, there's only one man in B with Cold assisting in middle. He's got to pick his spot, though. reaching the point where OG are about to commit. MBK doubling back off of Cat after shedding some utility, and Kiabi with a long-range fight. Alexi does die on that lurk, but MBK is still here, and they're going to be ready for it. Triple B, and nice entries for OG. They obliterate the defense. Rain does get one, but he doesn't want to hang around knowing that that Cat player is still up. MBK has joined them in tunnels, and OG, that smoke goes very deep. It bounces out the doors, and Rain could stop the cross, but the flashes allow the bomb to go down, and now it's a retake round for FaZe.
Yeah, this time they have kids. They've got flashes, right? They've got something to make this retake happen. MBK back here again. Little slime ball man, always in this position, and they seem so aware that this is what he likes to do. Flash in, Issa gets Rain going ahead of the flash, and now for Brokey and Olof, it might have to be a save.
Oh,
that's a
lot of damage.
Yeah. I think both players surprised at the fact that the others returning fire. Oh, MBK hunting, and he takes the AWP away. Olof has to go back for that if he wants to take it out of the round. And OG aren't going to let him.
Yeah, they've got it under lock and key. OG, 9, FaZe, 5. Look at the last round of the first half of play here on Dust 2.
Yeah, just some really like methodical rounds for OG, right? Where they have the game plan out of spawn and they just set up default and they wait out the FaZe util. They're not going for these like spawn rushes into B that can get obliterated by well-placed util. They're waiting until the last 30 seconds of the round, and then they're just committing with their plan from the offset. These B plays have been clear out of spawn, and it's just FaZe not knowing enough to rotate heavy. Even though they kind of knew what was going on, MBK does a good job of faking Cat and then backing into B safely instead of offering up a kill on the lurk. And yeah, FaZe never really advantaged on any of these retakes. Only 3-on-3s, 2-on-2s that they can't close out. OG looking for double digits at the end of the half. And with how they've been playing, there's not much in their way. Double AWP though. Cold doesn't have armor. Yeah, someone's got to be a savior here for FaZe. Someone's got to have a multi-kill, because we've really not had anyone like shining in these past few rounds. Bianca's barely able to get, even able to get one. Same again. It's going to be a late B.
Yeah, the numbers are there and upper. Bomb's going to be joining OG. Molotov fades. They start to slide their way on into this B site. KRB playing up close. Now's the time to shine. It might be that multi-kill you're looking for, Hugo. KRB lines up 2, gets a third. They're going to keep feeding him. He switches to CZ. Coldzera is able to help him out. A little bit of a helping hand, and that's going to be the round. 9-6. OG take us into the second half with a lead. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to see if OG can tie this one up and take us on a Mirage. This is the Intel Extreme Masters, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Rain having some flashes of brilliance towards the A site too, but right now they find themselves in a 3-round deficit at the Intel Extreme Masters. Gonna be a quick, long play here from FaZe. They're going out in numbers. 5 deep, bomb, everything. Kit and caboodle, Mantu with the mid push.
Yeah, I like this vibe already for OG, right? Not falling for the trickery, not letting FaZe do what they want to do, and setting up flanks early into this half. Ali's getting spammed for 2 damage. Does peek with a flash and get 1, but here's that flank for Mantu that could be the killing blow. No, Cold is ready for it. That's a good reaction for FaZe, not falling for the treacherous ways of OG. Cross smokes are in, 2 players here, but blinded off is Alexi. And this is on the site as well. He's been spotted to FaZe double back. They don't want to walk into the 2-man setup, and MBK misses that timing on the mid spot, but he is also ready for B. And there before they are. Alexi coming in with a kit as well. And Olof keeping up the pressure in mid. Actually keeps MBK out of the site. It's only because he wants to retake and not die inside on his own versus 3. But Alexi B doesn't have a say in the matter. And with that kit picked up, OG might just have to retake a 2-on-4.
Oh, man. This hasn't gone well for OG at all. 4-on-2. MBK on 9 HP. Not a whole lot to work with here. Go on, Brokey. You know you want to peek it.
Every window player does.
He has peeked it. No one's home, though. He goes towards CT spawn. Issa waiting on him. And that's going to be the end of that P250.
Ooh. Oh. The flick. Look like MBK's, but the jump.
Well, the jump just adds, like, style points to it, right?
Yeah. And it means you're not just going to get one tapped, right, on the run past. Oh boy, brutal for FaZe. That's a nice start. I had confidence in OG in this map. They showed up on the T side. They put up a really good first half, but a scary start with FaZe reading them like a book in that pistol round, right? Cold is so ready for the flank of Mantu. They don't even commit to the long take. They double back into B. Alexi B, I feel you, man. He gets just domed on the B entry.
I feel you, man.
Double scout out.
Two scouts here for OG. Mantu and MBK donning those. Some upgraded pistols there to their left and right.
Ooh.
Nade lands on top of KRB, brings him down to 48 HP. Here's Mantu playing off Cat, takes a shot, falls off. That starts to open this door and perhaps a can of worms for the side of OG. He's just bleeding down the time.
Yeah, they're trying to see if OG do anything silly. Olos holding upper, just crunching middle. Now, re-aggro cat play for Alexi could get a lot of info here, but he's actually going to get smoked off by his teammate, and FaZe just duck into a mid to B now. There's no one here to stop it. Alexi's going to realize, but it's too little too late. FaZe have already set their sights on B, and MBK, with just a scout, he's going to have to put up one hell of a hold. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. Kiebi dies through the spawn smoke as well. How is this falling apart? Now, 2-on-5, certainly doable for FaZe, but they are getting rushed by OG up middle.
Yeah, look at this. The retake is there. The quickness, the speed for OG. That's what they have in their pocket right now. Flash going to thwart off, pull off Meister from holding the tunnels. Meanwhile, the MAC-10 doing what it has to do towards the door, just barely. And somehow, eventually does fall. coldzera closes the round out. That one got way too close for comfort for FaZe.
2-on-5. 2-on-5. Is getting blocked in the doors as well. He's trying to jiggle with this scout. He's not wanting to commit, and he gets trapped in the fight, forced into the pistol. That's a great shot by MBK as well, but it's all in vain. It's all for nothing. Damage and nothing more.
It's nuts that after getting betrayed by that first flash in through the tunnels, Olof stares down at the fake flash that was actually a decoy in the doors. When I saw that go in, I'm like, man, he's dead, he's blind. And even for me, but no, he just holds the line with the MAC-10, reaps the reward, and
didn't really have any other option, right? Where's he gonna look?
Not even like the MAC-10 did most of the heavy lifting for him there. The USP delivering.
3 from Cold as well. Nice stuff from him. And yeah, I mean, that's just a ridiculous round, and it's one that OG are going to come to regret as they're sat on USPs.
See, Dust 2 is always a pretty slow map, but I think like one thing that's very, very apparent already is that, you know, whenever we used to watch old FaZe back when Nico was in this squad, is it felt like they played very, very slowly on these T sides, right? And based on what we saw on Inferno, and in a way, even here on Dust 2, which is often a very slow map, they just seem to be exploding out into sights. You know, a bit of misdirection here and there. These USPs doing a lot more damage than they should be allowed to get away with. Let's hope that that comes to a close. 2 AKs taken out of the round. They end up with better weapons than FaZe do, unless Kiebi has his say, and he will onto one.
Yeah, and there's just something about the aim of KRB, right? That little bit of shakiness, but then when you combine that with the MAC-10, it looks extra creepy.
It works for him at the end of the day, right? It's whatever you're used to. I don't know how it works for him. I don't know what's so comfortable about shaking, but he's a pro and y'all aren't. So put some respect on his name. Regardless, 2 extremely close eco rounds for OG. That sets like a good sign on what is going to be gun rounds, right? With how close they make these. But yeah, what's FaZe's plan? Quick pause, good time for it. You're up back up to 9. You've equaled it after getting 6 on your CT side. And this is a crucial rifle round where OG are going to have everything they need.
Yeah, those USPs, really menacing.
Yeah, the one thing that's always odd about those rounds, though, right, is like they almost seem like it's tempting fate for them to be close, because it's like OG, when they're only playing with USPs or P250s, they've got nothing to lose. And in that same vein, you're feeling extra confident, especially when like you're getting the bomb down, right? You're 5-on-5. Oh, there's USPs at Cat. Well, let's just go kill them, right? Let's just go fight that. And that's why those rounds can so often feel like they get out of hand, right? Because for OG, they don't care if you kill them or not, really. Like, you know, they were never in that round going, oh yeah, 5 USPs, this is it. This is how we do it. This is the golden ticket. You know, they know it's likely not a 1 round. So everyone's just kind of grouping up, playing together. And in that same vein, FaZe are very, very keen to fight, to take away man advantages. So often those rounds get a bit weird, right? And it's often not until it's gone on too long or it's gone too far that suddenly you go, maybe we should stop peeking them now. So let's see if they can carry that forward into this first rifle round.
And this is the reason we're at a tech pause right here. Now we had a player timeout. Now these things happen, and when I say timed out, that's what I mean. You know, his internet died, and then ultimately you kind of need that to play the game. But we should be jumping back in here momentarily. And for OG, even, you know, conceding a few rounds, they're losing a few rounds. If you're OG, you're feeling pretty good considering, you know, what you're able to net with those USPs. You think, okay, well, you know, if we can do it with USPs, we can certainly do it with rifles, I think. And that's what they're going to have in this round. Man 2 on an op, 1 AK, and an M4 on Valde.
And poor Issa in there gone. I'm assuming it's him, given that he's not in the server.
Wasn't going to say so, but yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when we cut to them and we can visibly see he's not there, it does the telling for you, right?
Well, you know.
Is he playing from Jordan?
That's the thing. I know he was like
Earlier in the year.
last few events, right? But I don't know. There's been a bit of movement around, right, of teams and players and whatnot at the minute. So till we know, we can only guess. And what's the point in guessing when eventually we'll know?
Ah, I like that.
Yeah, I just came up with that right now. Just said some words.
You put it on a
T-shirt.
T-shirt, sure.
Should be like a motivational Instagram post.
Live, laugh,
That's a
love.
good idea, yeah.
Like you get some like vague picture of some skyline.
Yeah,
you put,
me and
like,
Hugo, we're gonna start an anti-motivational Instagram page.
Okay, give me something you got there. Let me hear some material from that page if you can.
It's like, yeah, you could try and achieve your dreams, but
Or you
we
could
all
just
die
not.
eventually, so...
Well, I'm uplifted.
Wow.
I am certainly uplifted now. Thank you so much, Harry. Bringing 2020 back down to the gravity that it deserves.
I think Hugo's one was like, all rivers lead to the ocean, drown yourself, or something like that was another he came up with. There was a few.
Well, you guys are...
The scope for this, man, is just limitless, really. Like...
We are almost ready to jump back into it. We're going to just breeze past and kind of look over all the action that's gone into this moment. Thus far, it's going to be a little less gloom and
A
doom.
lot more doom.
Yeah. coldzera showing that deagle. Who's boss? Speaking of boss, that's Brokey. And look, I mean, the shot right there on Valde, right? It's his hand. It's actually just his hand.
It's because he thought that Brokey was deeper in the car. He was deeper in the car, but that's the thing about making calls in this game. People can move. People have legs. And so, you know, reposition, always nice.
Lieutenant Dan, ice cream. He ain't got no legs.
RIP. Is MBK here, or is he back at his chair? He's been leaving a lot, man. He's got, I don't know, the washing on.
He's an adult, you know, and like you got to handle things like that. Sometimes you got to get up a glass of water. You know, you got to have that. Hydra homies, stand up. Should be jumping back in here momentarily. Any second now, I can assure you that the game will carry on. And now I can't see Alexi B without seeing him reclining in his chair with his eyes closed.
Poster in MBK's room looks like one of those like Facebook word searches where it's like the first 3 words you'll see is what your 2021 will be. You know those? You know what I'm talking about?
What 3 words did you see, Hugo?
OG, not a word, but an abbreviation, I guess. Winning,
Right.
maybe.
Wow, your 2021 sounds like a riot, man.
Yeah, you never
Might
know.
be winning.
You never know.
Maybe. Something else in there.
It's still up for question, right? 9-9. OG are mapped down, but this is their pick. And also, you know, okay, yeah, sucks this it drops, but it's nice that it's not Mantu for a change. We've spoken to him before. He's exclaimed that in London where he lives, he has awful internet, very bad, and at times like even using the face cam would lag him out.
And you know, I often wonder, like, what's worse? No internet or bad internet?
Oh, bad internet.
I think bad internet, because at least when it's no internet, like you just concede,
Accept
right?
it,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, okay, I have no internet.
Worse than trying.
I'll find other things to do, but it's like
refresh.
when you have really bad internet, it's like, or spotty internet, where like sometimes it's all right and then others it's awful. That's the worst, because it's like, it's right there, man. You can almost feel the internet, but it's just out of your reach. How do they even make internet, man? I don't get it.
So Al Gore invented the internet. We all know that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And then after that, you know, I think that there's still people kind of like underneath the Atlantic trying to dig that one line that connects, you know, NA and EU so that we can have those matches. Now,
Yeah, I can't wait for that, dude. I'm really looking forward to it. Why don't we just build 2 really tall objects and then like
just
run
string
the
it across the
cable?
top?
Yeah.
you know what?
Or put like an island in the middle of the Atlantic, right?
I think there's a few of them already, actually,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, like Bermuda's way out there, so not sure what the routing looks like, but
Yeah, nothing ever goes wrong in that place. Triangle of...
where do my shots go? Well, we're on a Bermuda server, so we don't really know where the shots went, but yikes. Quite the position to pause us in as well at 9-9.
Yeah, it's tense, right? Because for OG, they've yet to field a gun round. They've had 2 very, very close ecos, but an eco is only an eco, right? And Harry already explained earlier the confidence that comes with a FaZe and the willingness to give that up. But now the action really does get tense because OG need to get on this board as soon as they possibly can. Otherwise, FaZe could be running away. And there it is, Issa reconnecting to the server. That's what you love to see. We'll be getting right back into the action, folks. Oh, Catch-Jam.
So that's where he keeps going.
It's a very good reason.
It's actually like really wholesome. Lovely MVK, man. He's
What a good end to the story.
petting his cat, having a good time.
I mean, what
now
else
we're
are you
ready to
supposed to
get
do
back in.
on a pause?
Yeah.
Pet your cat, comb your cat's hair, feed your cat. Or, if you're like me, dogs are better than cats. So,
Strong
Yeah,
statement.
I can get behind that.
yeah, all right, good. I just want to make sure I wasn't alone on that one. Good grief.
You know, all animals are pretty cool, but like dogs are just legit.
They're the best. Now, cats, I'm just going to say it. They can be straight up jackasses. And there's really no way around that. I don't mean like donkeys.
I do think that's what like cat people like about cats, right?
Yeah, it's
is
like
that
the
they are
vibe.
very independent and like, you know, if they don't want to see you, man, like they'll tell you, you know, like if they want to go do their own thing, they'll go do it. And you ain't really the boss of it so much as like cohabitants in like the same space, right?
It owns you.
Yeah. Whereas with the dog, man, they look up to you. They're like, wow, I love this person.
You want to be my best friend?
Yeah.
Okay. See, dogs are just better than cats.
The match is live, and so we'll find out if FaZe are better than OG. That's the question at the tip of our tongues, the teeth and the lips.
Ooh, that's a lot of mouth parts.
Go on.
Well, you know, man, I just didn't see it coming, but look at this. Look at this, man. Oh, it's beautiful when everyone's moving around.
The game is being played.
It was
We do
cool
like
and
that.
all, like just standing there for a bit and hanging out. But now we get to see what we came here to see, and that's FaZe Clan. Tying everything up at 9-9. Mantu, gonna be donning that orb. What's he able to bring to the table with it? Alexi back inside of the A site, and FaZe up through the catwalk.
Yeah, they're dumping a bunch of utility here on Cat, just causing an absolute ruckus. But it doesn't matter. They're out mid again. I think they know that this has been successful for them. They found that room to run. Now, what's going to matter is this upper flank, and it comes in the form of KRB. He finds, well, at least the one kill that he needed to. Somehow this one's traded back and forth to the point that OG are up a man. And with the bomb planted, they're most certainly going to go for it.
difficult retake though. Alexi's low. The benefit is all that util available. And Mantu has the cross back. Player in the tunnels not going to be needed. Kiebi likely left in a clutch here unless Cold can put up all three as he is alone. Kiebi comes in from the tunnels. Molly in deep, 2 Molotovs. They find nothing, but that's at least info for OG. They know where to watch now. Flashing for Alexi. That clock is ticking. Mantu needs a quick shot. He's going to get killed in the back. Kiebi 2. Actually, Cold helped him out with another. Now Valde needs to get on that bomb. He has a kit, and he might have to stick, but it's a tap, and Kiebi's pretty much won the round from this point on. Valde did his best, but even if he stuck that bomb, Kiebi would be there in time. And so it's a round 1 for FaZe. A man down in the B bomb site.
Yeah, FaZe back on track. They want to close this one out in 2. I'll just ask you guys. I'm going to pose the question out there. Pose it, rather.
Yeah.
You know, how are we feeling about FaZe now that we're seeing them across 2 maps?
Looking good. Like, yeah, it's whenever you remove an in-game leader and you have to completely change the structure of your team, and whoever picks it up, even if it is someone like Cold who's not known for his in-game leading, right? It is like refreshing. It's a change, and that can often be motivating. Plus, in the fact that you've got a fairly new player in Kiebi and a new player, or at least an old player in Olaf. So, yeah, there's a lot of changes to the identity of FaZe. And even not having Yanko behind them, while I think that that's not a good thing, right? You want a coach, especially one of Yanko's tenure, but yeah, it's just a change, something new for FaZe, and it's more motivation to succeed, especially with the importance of this tournament for both teams here.
Yeah, and look at this. Mid to B again for FaZe.
See ya.
No response. There will be no answer inside of this B site. MBK falls as the sole defender, and the bomb's going to get planted with 5 alive for FaZe. I am sorry, Internet Grandpa. FaZe are going to go up to 11. Inching closer and closer. Now, mind you, the winner of this series, if it is FaZe, they're going to go on to play Vitality in the brackets. Perhaps we get a little bit of a... see what Vitality have to offer.
I will say, like, one of the things that would be really, really cool about FaZe picking this up, if they are able to keep this up, right? Say they 2-0 this series. Well, that's pretty huge. Not just because we saw them, right, like, just a matter of, what would be like days ago, getting kind of banged out back at Blast, as we expected, right, with the changes that went on. But then to turn it around, come into this versus OG, a team that at that same event did really well, right? You look at who they were able to take down, guys like EG, Na'Vi on that list. So it's like they've been looking really good on the OG side. And then to top that off, you would have taken them down on like 2 great OG maps, right? Even the Inferno pick for FaZe seemed ballsy when you think about how good that map is to OG normally. And now here on Dust, looking to go 2 for 2. Mantu with an AWP down through mid. Does see the players trying to move up through Cat, and Easter's got a freebie there. That gets delivered to him. Cold accidentally flashing Rain out of the round. Oh, lots of spam damage from Kiebi and Brokey. That's going to thwart this mid-aggression from OG. However, FaZe are trapped. They haven't really gained any ground, and they've lost a man. Can't even get onto the catwalk because of that smoke thrown in from Alexa B. And so right now, they're just stuck down here in mid.
Yeah, that idea of a mid to B again, well, we're going to call an audible on that one. Rightfully so. It's worked out for him too many times now.
Ooh, dear.
That was not the Molotov.
Yeah, he hit his head on the curve on that jump throw. Curve of the tunnel, and so goes in on the left. That gives him a gap to go forward into the AWP. Mantu with a pick and a 5-on-3 for OG. It's a good situation to be in. It's all about not giving FaZe away back in at this point. Ducking down, tucking into your bomb sites. The bomb is alone up on catwalk. Doesn't want to go first. Waiting for that long split. Valde tucked at the corner. No support, but Mantu can come back on a whim. Right now, got a lot to do on catwalk. Broken flanked. Alexi's got that bomb, and now they make the cool watch long. Be ready, Valde, as the plays come through. Cold with a kill. AWP is good, though, on the bait peak for Cold. And now Kiebi just holding on. He jumps up as Mantu peaks. Unfortunate timing, but he gets some damage off. And OG, they take the round with 4 alive. A necessary round for OG to stay in this match.
Pivotal. Like if there was a pivot point, this is it for OG. It's time to start rather than stop.
Yeah, Mantu hitting the ground running with the AWP, right? That's a good sign, maybe, of things to come. Brokey going to be donning his again. Over on the T side. Now, him getting the AWP came with a lack of head armor here to allow utility around it. And with M4 still in play on the other side, maybe that comes back to punish him. It's only a little minor detail, but it could make all the difference. Back to mid once again, and this time OG aren't so proactive in taking these fights and denying the cat control, so they don't have this information this time around, and they don't have any kills for it either. Instead, we've got Mantu with the AWP holding it from cat, and he does have support from Alexa B in CT if it's needed. And with how this is looking right now for FaZe, that might end up being the case, that they do need Alexa B here to help out. They're going to double nade the cat. Kirby absolutely shredded by that utility. Oh, and Cold was holding long all round, and now they flash a man in aggressively. Now, he would have heard that flash, but he still hasn't turned back to keep an eye on it. Valde isn't going to go any further. He'll just hold this position. And FaZe might just have to all in the cat play here. With how they were set up early, they still had players outside of B, so falling back was an option, but that's no longer the case. Mantu, that AWP starting to come alive. Brokey, we need this response. We need the AWP on the other side to be able to best him in the head-to-head, and he will. Alexa B still here in CT. Could deny this bomb plant. They get the info that he's there, but the info is one thing, the kills are another, and it's left onto coldzera. All alone, the peek from the car comes in. And it's a tie game once again as OG start to chain some rounds together now.
Yeah, nice retake there for OG. Alexi, he doesn't flank in this round. It was last round he came up the catwalk on that flank and killed the bomb on Cat. This time Kirby was waiting for it and lower, or at least towards the doors. So important that Alexi actually rejoined his team on that A site. Drew enough attention away for Valde to get a kill. And Mantu, of course, the talking point. 2 openers again for OG. Eventually traded, but at least buys enough time for OG to pick up a round. And this one has gotten competitive once more. 11 all. No clear victor in sight. FaZe broken for now. Should put OG back in the lead. Looking like a fast long for Rain. Not really a lot to play with. He's taking duels of the P250. And they'll go about as well as expected. Oh, Cold. Gorse doing his thing.
Just absolutely wrecked.
Oh, dear.
It looks too easy for coldzera, man. What's he going to be able to do? The Shadow will give Valde the advantage, and so that there is the freest kill Valde's going to get in quite some time. For the remaining 3, it's a cat play, and maybe that means feeding Mantu even more, but a few missed shots has gotten them in through cat, and Brokey's going to deeg Mantu out of the round. Valde is here, but the deagle of Brokey finds yet another. And so somehow these pistols have taken it from a 3-on-4 down to a 3v2 in the post plant. Brokey and his deagle, a bit of a menace now. Both players moving in through CT, and Brokey with the peek gives over a 2-on-2. Olaf spotted. They know Kirby's here as well. They're trying to get up through the trenches. Into the site they go. And MBK with a double there to lock it in. OG, they will find 12. They get that back under control, but it's a damn good job from Brokey and coldzera to make that look even remotely competitive.
Yeah. These ecos have been terrifying for both teams in the second half, right? From OG getting 4 kills in back-to-back rounds with pistols to start this half, to right there and then. Almost the same story for FaZe, but almost doesn't cut it. A bomb plant allows a buy, and this has got to be the buy to keep the game going. OG up, only just. FaZe back in with the AWP on Brokey. Oh, that's a nice pick. Issa with a jump over the smoke. Gives just enough info to Brokey. FaZe are grouped in B. They could have hit it hard, but they got smoked off at the tunnel by MBK, and so they'll call a pause for now. But might end back up in that B bomb site as they know they killed one of the crossing players. Mantu flashed out of middle, got a run, doesn't take a shot. Now FaZe know they've pushed the AWP into the B bomb site as well. That might be tempting enough to go elsewhere.
neck and neck.
There's a bit of a standoff in the tunnels. Mantu looking to go in. Olaf is holding for it. Mantu missed shot, looking to land some damage on the back of the utility, and it will. Olaf tagged out and now leaving the tunnels. And also information gained for OG. They saw one player in those tunnels, and so they are expecting this cap play. The utility has been huge for OG, doing a lot of damage onto these players, softening them up for this push. Valde drawing them in with the promise of an A-site play. Cold Zera dealt with on the long wrap, and Alexi has been hidden here all damn round. No one. Oh, Olaf will check it. He gets away with it too. Mantu left all alone in a 1v3. And Olaf there, the saving grace in that round. OG doing a great job of whittling down the offensive. And Olaf clearing out Alexi up on the boost box. Boost box? What am I on about? Drop down. There you go.
That sounded cool.
Yeah. It was just all about the alliteration. You know, that's why I'm here. 12-12 though. FaZe tie this game up once again. And it remains as competitive as ever in this second half of play.
Yeah, dude, Cold's looked so good in this game, right? And we didn't see so much of that on the first map. He showed up when he needed to, but nothing too special. Right now, he's getting so many opening kills. Looking really, really good. More of that for FaZe. 12 all. And the AWP did get saved by Kiebi. Double for OG alongside the pistol of MBK. So it's quite a mixed bag right now. B play with a weaker weaponry, 2 playing tucked in. And obviously Issa supporting with the AWP. Mid is conceded by OG. FaZe have a lot of room to work with, but will that bait them into a B play with a triple setup? Even if it does, I still fancy FaZe's odds. It's just down to Issa with the AWP. He's the only man with real weaponry to work with, and that's a good start, but he's traded immediately. No time to back out. 2 players left in B. MBK spotted and dealt with as well with a blind spray. Alexi B goes through the door with a flash and finds a double as well, but he's been trapped in the window on either side. He darts out to safety to join his team, and that could be huge here in a retake with OG a man up. But FaZe have won this exact round before, and they're looking to do it again.
Oh, Olaf gonna try and run on by, and there's the lineup. Olaf Meister with the triple. Taking the lead for FaZe, 13 on the board now, and it might have felt like for a little while that these buys just kept coming through for OG, whatever was coming their way. And finally, that little bit of residual cash gonna draw out to a close. They've got nothing left up against 13. Likely staring down the barrel of an eco here. And that's scary. That could be a 14th round on the board, nearly for free for FaZe. And it's a 5-man long push. Alexi with the flash to try and make it happen. Cold leaving the bomb outside of long doors. And he's really the only guy, other than Brokey, who could retrieve that easily. Brokey didn't see anyone cross mid, but OG did smoke it, just to give that illusion that they could have sent players this way. There's always a chance that this gets out of hand. They still haven't seen too many bodies at the A site. Rain with a tap, but there's the flash, and it's a damn good flash at that. Rain now fighting for his life. Overwhelming odds, but he is tapping them down, and that's it. The pistols laid to rest. FaZe get it back under control. They dodge what was looking a little bit scary, and they put 14 on the board.
Yeah, for those pistols to have caused so much damage up to this point, you kind of thought, okay, maybe OG can do it again. Maybe they can tie it up, but yeah, that 14-12, that's the score line we have. FaZe want to close this out in 2.
Rain loves eco kills. I mean, you can't blame the man. He's so good at tapping. And Brokey at least comes in for support. Cold on a lot of these late long lurks. He was holding a very sweaty angle towards the car and just comes down to clean up in middle. 14-12. This could be FaZe 2-0ing right now with a new roster. Fast out long. Kiebi going to look to the corner. Not going to check it, though. And Alexi B's there. Valde spam on through the smoke, and that drew Kiebi in. Bomb is still left back in the doors. Cold is out and about. This is not a great position to be in right now. They could molly you into oblivion. Luckily, no utility on these 2 long players left, as most of it went in early. And OG doing what they need to do in a round like this. Just tucking in, not giving away anything. Playing 2 inside of B. conceding middle, which gives room for FaZe, but that bomb is still always going to be the bigger worry at the end of the round. Oh dear, bad timing for Brokey. Throws a smoke and gets caught by the peak. Valde going back in for more. Cold's dead at long, and that might just be the round. It's Olof in a 1-on-5, and this bomb can be found in an instant if that push comes through. Flick won't connect, and OG, a flawless round out of nowhere. Again, a necessity. This game is so damn close. FaZe are not out of the woods yet. Their money is only just there for another buy. If OG win this, they might just be able to push it over the line and take us to Mirage as a third. Easier said than done. FaZe have one more buy to give it their all.
And if there was ever a round, if you're a FaZe fan, that you didn't want OG to keep clean, it's that one, right? Because now all that pressure that you just spoke about in regards to having, you know, like one final buy, that's only a threat that really is posed to you in this situation. And so FaZe are hinging on picking this up. Otherwise, at the last kind of few rounds, OG could springboard themselves up into the lead and reach 15 first. Cat control contested here by FaZe. Mantu on the drop down, but he gets out of there right away, getting flashed off the angle. These cat nades have always been so good. It feels like every time they come in, someone is almost dead. And there they are. Olof, 10 HP. He fits the bill perfectly.
Do they double back? Oh, Olof's so low. He ducks under the smoke. Then they went up cat, he'd be dead, but avoided by Cold, who climbs. Ollie lower might give away exactly what FaZe are doing at this point, but OG setting up with a flash for the mid pop. It's not really going to help at this point, only going to get them info as to where FaZe are not. Mantu with the knowledge, and he backs out along, giving them the A site for a retake. Alexi B wants to hold on, though. He could do so much here. They're not even considering it. Rain is above the smoke. Alexi with a free kill. Brokey trying to trade. Does get a tag, but very little damage. It's Kiebi off Catwalk that cleans that one up. And the late lurk for Olof. He's been waiting here so long. He's going to come in with a backstab. He could save this round in the post plant. Oh, it's a mess, but he gets it done. Second player trades. The retake is still happening. Valde picking up a player, but he's now all that stands, and Brokey has been so quick on this cross. He's going to hit this shot, not falling for the bait peak, and FaZe find 15 first.
Oh boy, FaZe, they could be about to do it. And at moments like this, I like to think back to round one of Inferno, where Trace, you really rubbed in me going for the FaZe pick here after OG won the pistol. And now,
True.
FaZe one away from getting this locked in.
And it's like we all said, FaZe Clan have what it takes to jump back into this game. I mean, there was never, you know, a doubt in my mind up to this point that there's a chance for FaZe to win the game.
It's fine. Harry had to get a prediction right this event, and
Congratulations, Harry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bottom prediction of the last two tournaments.
No,
it's not done yet,
It might not even come true, right? That's
done.
the scary part. Mantu opening this up. Rain removed early. And FaZe now trying to close this out a man down. 4-on-5 as Kiebi gets up through the catwalk. Rest of his team left behind down here in middle.
Olof's backed up for this molly this time. That's good. But still not, because he's not throwing it. Not needed. FaZe are up cat with no issue. Cold still waiting on these late long lurks, but OG got punished by Olof doing that last round anyway, so this is a very difficult round for FaZe. OG know exactly what's going on. Valde trying to hold the site, doesn't want to give away this kill. It's Mantu finding the first and traded onto Valde, but Alexi is also on the ramp. The double setup for OG nets them a 4-on-2, and FaZe are in hot water.
Yeah, so close they can taste it, yet so far. As they try to backtrack, it's going to be Issa hanging out in lower. No, that's creepy. That was creepy, let's be honest.
Happy Halloween.
That's cursed, man. That's a cursed little video right there. Issa removed in the tunnels, and that's now opened up a potential B play. MBK is the only man left standing in B, but they've got nades out, and they run to their death. Cold left in the clutch. 10 seconds to try and get past these CT players, and he will. Bomb now down. Cold Zera needs the 30 bomb at least if he wants to win this game for FaZe. Bomb ticking away. Flash goes in. Cold dodges it. Both players in through the doors. Cold0 with one. And Alexi
So
just
close.
able to hold on. 14 for OG. Overtime on the cards. And a bomb plant there from Cold0 at the very, very least. Locks in that extra money for FaZe, which is going to prove to be key here.
Yeah.
Because, like, look at it, right? They're going to have, what, 2 rifles and maybe, like, a Galil on Rain. That is really the best-case scenario for FaZe up against Overtime now.
Calling a B rush here would be a bit of a mistake, but like if I'm OG, I'm still telling them to watch B. I'm still padding that bomb site in the first few seconds. It might be one of the slower approaches towards B. Actually, FaZe have the best B spawn they've had all half. Oh, that is awfully tempting, isn't it? That is very close. Alexi, though, big round for him to retake that one in the 2-on-1. Almost gives it away by trying to hunt down the planter, but escapes in time to trade his teammate. And leading by example, FaZe Clan, 15-14, one more. OT or a done deal on Dust 2. What do FaZe want to do? Look at this buy. A Mac, a Tech, 2 AKs and a Galil. I would not want to be in Cold0's shoes right now. He's having a great game. 30 frags. Let's see if he can lift them through it. Not going for the B rush. FaZe taking things a lot more safe. Gabby's going to go through long with the flashes. Very quick and good damage done, but there's a player at the corner again who does put him down. It's Valde. Olof's going at a solo B play. MBK's tucked in the corner. That should be free for him, but Brokey with a jump shot in mid takes down Mantu. Issa's on a tons flank. How's he gotten here? And now he's behind enemy lines. Brokey gone. Rain trades, but that only baits him into what could be a B play. And OG are already scrambling to rotate. Pushing out on long is Valde, running right down middle, and he could catch them moving out of tons.
He's heard the weapon drop as well. 2 players here, and the kill is in for Valde.
Oh.
It's left in a 2-on-2. And at this point, FaZe are reconsidering going B at all. That flank from long signals that there might be more to this B site than meets the eye. And they don't want to go rotating in just yet. They slow it right down now. Alexi, very, very low, and he's the rifled player in this one. It is just silence across the map. Neither team wants to be the first to make the wrong move. The game is well and truly afoot. It's Cold0 and Rain. Cole with 30 kills to his name. Alexi close to the doors, trying to secure overtime. They look to go and throw this mid to B smoke in, but in through the catwalk, and that's info that Alexi is going to have. Even though he doesn't hear anything, he doesn't see anything either. And so he is hot on their heels, flanking. Now he hears the footsteps. He knows that it's A. MBK's rotating in. Alexi fast onto Cat, has dealt with Cold, leaving this all on Rain. Now that nade could spell the demise of Alexi B, and in fact it should. Doesn't though. Alexi dodges it, and Rain left in the clutch. If there ever was a time, it's gotta be now. There's the peak, but dinked by MBK at the first hurdle. And now getting pincered in through Cat as well. Both players in CT rather, and Rain. Oh, so damn close. But OG, they lock in overtime. They get 15.
Wow.
And we run that clock back again. We look to make it all happen in overtime. Do we head to Mirage, that 3rd map? Or is FaZe going to be taking this in 2? You're going to have to join us in just a moment if you want to find out.
Been a while, yeah. Safe to say over a year. Still it feels like I saw you every day. Tired of hanging around the ones that always need an explanation. I don't need to every day. Explain myself, don't hold it against me if I'm somewhere else. Put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming. I wanna lose everything I thought that I can never be. Build me up, piece by piece. to a certain place or a town. Feeling safe, feeling sound when I'm still around. But there's something in the distance. I wanna know what it's like. Don't worry, I'm still with you all the time. Explain myself, don't hold it against me if I'm somewhere else. Put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming. I wanna be everything I thought that I could be. Build me up, these my piece. Figure out by all the parts that made me. Something's coming. I wanna be everything I thought that I could be. Build me up, these my piece. Figure out by all the parts that made me. Something's coming. I wanna be. Build me up, please, my
It's the Intel Extreme Masters. It's Beijing 2020, and guess what? We're online. Welcome back, everybody. We are ready to jump into the first overtime here, covered by us, and it's going to be OG and FaZe. OG held on to the very bitter end, but they did find themselves in OT, and that's what we'd like to see right there. Resilience showing from OG. The USPs have been lethal, but they're not the only thing. We start a clean slate right here. FaZe Clan having picked up that first map. Want to close it out in 2. Mirage if we don't.
Whoa, Brokey. Opening tag onto MBK, the B anchor here. This is still AWPing as a secondary, and Mantu's pushed up on the catwalk for a first. Kill will go the way of OG. And they don't even know about Issa either. Kevy with the door smoke. Brokey comes down mid as well. Issa's still got a bit of a gap underneath it though. Usually players will jump up onto the Xbox, so shouldn't be a problem. OG, though, they got to deal with this mid-play. Brokey's going to pop Kievi through. Alexi B is here, blinded out, not going to shoot the balls, man. That is a scary one. But doesn't want to give away his position, get spammed, get cleared. Valde pushing long, but we know Cold's been there almost every round of this T side. So he doesn't want to give it up. Man advantage for OG. Again, just tucking into that B bomb site. And Alexi B, who's been great at either locking down mid to Bs or coming in on cat flanks, might be needed once again. Valde kills the long lurker, and he could even go through the smoke. I think he knows that as well, but might not want to make the move in a 5-on-3 like this. Pressure's on FaZe right now. Where will they go? Valde through the smoke and in the back.
Yeah, this should end the round right here. Yeah. Right, Valdet pincering in, lays it all to rest. And OG, they take the first in overtime. 16-15 now. 19, of course, is the magic number that we are looking for.
You can tell by just that play alone from Valde that OG, you know, they know what's going on. They know how FaZe are playing things. It's pretty clear when FaZe are hitting B, and Alexi's got all that info mid. Valde's had to deal with Cold so many times. If FaZe haven't rushed long off of spawn with Kiebi, they've often not gone there at all until the post plants. And so it's one of those long rushes. 3 players here, OG with the right numbers. And oh, great grenade. Valde obliterating Cold. He knows Rain's gotten through as well. They're tucked in the smoke. They're touching each other. But Brokey takes down Alexi for him. Valde's still here to deal with, but they flash him out and Mantu covers. Valde out of ammo, eventually dead. And Mantu's still up on the car. They want to avoid him for now. FaZe have actually come out pretty well in that engagement, considering OG had a triple long setup.
That's such a terrible feeling when you run out of ammo like that. Just hopeless. 3-on-3 now.
Oh, Molly won't matter.
And so this is where, you know, I hope that Kirby still being outside of this B site is a sign of things to come for FaZe, right? There's a timing in which he could get into B with very little resistance. MBK is here, admittedly, but he's having a pivot between B and mid, and that could be a bit of a vulnerability for OG.
Yeah, he's going.
Yeah, he is creeping in. And even if he gets a kill, right, that's going to throw this entire CT setup into disarray. There it is, Kirby with the one tap. And he's will tag him in response. The B site now locked down, but these rotations are already coming in, and Kirby has got to hold out for a very long time. Mantu's even holding the cross, but he falls as he takes the shot. That's not the danger dealt with entirely, though. He's now down here in the tunnels, and with 20 seconds left, you don't have time for a prolonged gunfight here. You've got to run by. You've got places to be, and it is that B site, so thankfully Mantu's missed another, and that lets them get across. Issa is here at the double doors, and one final chance to deny this bomb getting by, but he's not able to do it. Olaf gets that bomb down. Mantu moving in, and Brokey holds the line. FaZe onto 16 as they tie this up once again.
Great moves by FaZe, but it just comes down to missed shots, right? That's all of it at the end of the day. Mantu, he was given 2 perfect opportunities to shut down that round, and both times just falling a little short. Issa does a lot of damage, but again, damage does nothing when you don't get the kill. And FaZe, they bounce right back. They respond, they take 16, and now the autos are out for the last round of the half. Better late than never.
Might as well.
Nothing to lose. Everything to gain. It's going to mean you're a little late out of spawn, but no damage done anyway. Oh.
A rock and a hard place for Brokey. Gets pinched between a Molotov and Issa's M4. And Issa's M4 comes out the greater.
Okay.
Now, we saw a lot of mid to B's work there for FaZe on their T side. Will they go back to that? Pop flashing along. KRB's going to eliminate Valde as a threat. And really, long-range engagements here.
Yeah, the orb's still being spawned as well. Cold tags, Alexi going back to A, and Range is going to peek off the back of it, taking him down with a tap. They know Issa's in B. He found the opening kill of the round. And oh boy, has it fallen apart since that point. Bomb is looking at B right now, but Cold's going to double back all of his teams on the A site. And Issa, even if he comes in on a rotate, it's all going to be too little too late. It's down to Mantu again, a pivotal position, a far harder one than the last round, as he has 4 players coming from 2 positions.
Oh, he legs him too. Mantu holds on to what he's got here in Goose. But then an op comes ringing back in the form of coldzera. Leaves just Issa in a 1-on-3. Now, 2 players very low. He's going to find the first one in Olaf, Rain the other player that's low. 2-on-1.
I like this so for Issa, going all the way round. They're going to consider it after a few seconds, though. And Cold's already here, already posted, but also very wide.
Oh, it doesn't matter, man. He's got it all locked in. And FaZe, they finished that first half of overtime with a narrow lead. 17-16. But if you remember, it was this CT side that was the weaker of the 2 for FaZe.
But having all the money, having the double AWP as well on this team is always scary, right? It was so often Nico AWPing on this map for FaZe over Brokey. And so now not only do we have Brokey on the main AWP here, but we also have Cole joining him as a secondary. So that's kind of cool as well. We saw what Cole could do on the T side AWP just then. And obviously he's having an excellent game individually. So yeah, it's not all hope lost for FaZe yet. OG is still in this though, looking for the clean half. If they want to take this here and now and bring us to Mirage, their mid to Bs are even better than FaZe's, finding a lot more success there. And FaZe, they never really offered up any aggression. While we had it for OG in the form of Alexi flanking Cat, Valde pushing long, FaZe never played aggro on CT side, other than Cat boosting and taking like spawn picks. They would often just fall back into safe setups. And this is another example of that. One in middle on the boost spot and one in B. A risky setup considering how regulation went. But FaZe have already got a bit of information. They've heard the mid pop. They've seen a player in tons. But it's actually up Cat where OG go.
And KRB's going to back away. Ton of damage being eaten there by Mantu and MBK. 40 seconds on the clock. So OG are grouped up on Cat. They want to go up Catwalk. When it's OT like this, another smoke comes ringing in with 30 seconds left. I mean, what are you to do?
Something that's a little bit scary here is that you don't really have any other options if you're OG apart from to hit this A site, right? With 20 seconds left, you've got to go. And there's 3 players here, but Rain is also down in CT. He can rotate up very, very quickly. Kjaerbye gets one, and that might be enough. They get a man into CT, but that's where Rain comes into play. And Brokey is yet to be spotted in this site. That there is the bomb dropped, and with it, the round snatched away from OG. They're having to save in overtime, and this isn't some big 200 IQ decision. This is what it was forced for them to do. They lose that bomb, and with it, they lose the round. And that there is one of the dangers, right? When you don't have these contingency plans, when you don't have something to go to if everything fails, then you get forced into that A play. And what that means is like, even if you figure out, well, they're all here, you've got no choice. You've got no time to go anywhere else. You've got no other options available. And so with that, FaZe up to 18. OG bringing autos out themselves here, trying to deny this mid-cross. No damage found, however.
Yeah, and the big risk was FaZe a solo B in that first round of this CT side, right? OG could have just split them. Rain was on the CT side of middle, so it would have been easy for OG to crunch that B bomb site, but now FaZe actually have numbers there. They win one round, they only have to find one more for this series to be done. And that would be quite the feat, quite the win. Series that has often been competitive, even if, it is a clean sweep like that final for FaZe. There were competitive maps in there, and this is certainly one of them, but it might come up all in favor of FaZe Clan again. OG going up catwalk once more. No one here to stop it. Brokey was really good on the car in the first half, and that's where he'll need to be once again.
And again, a cat play right here in contest for OG. Gonna do the utility dump. Rain trying to get ahead of it. He is just blinded and eventually eliminated.
Yeah, MBK jumped the smoke, so he actually saw him crossing into that position. Flash certainly helps as well. Brokey, there's a shot. Looking for one more before he backs out of it. There it is. Beautiful stuff for Brokey. A third would mean Mantu's ready, and a player's crossed past him. He doesn't know. Alexibi gets that kill, which allows for the bomb plant, and now a retake for the series here for FaZe.
Issa's position could prove to be very, very valuable, though no one's even considering it, and so Kjaerbye walks to his demise. Issa flashing himself back in for the repeat, but Olof out through long does get the better of him. They at least now know about Olof's long position, something that might have been discounted otherwise, and so that there is at least something for EG to work with as they try and long this out to another overtime. Olof closing the distance, Mantu fixated on him, and Cold out through CT. Not much of a chance in this round. He's got to move fast, and time is up for coldzera. 17 on the board. And now one away from a second overtime.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very, very possible. You're seeing a little bit of steam right here rising off of OG. Yeah, these are getting to be some pretty tight rounds too.
Yeah, and that was, again, like opening kills for FaZe. Brokey shutting it down with the AWP. OG get it done in the post plant. Very close stuff. How are FaZe going to react towards B now as they lent into it in the previous round? And they might need to do so again. 2 there. OG sent 3 in the tunnels early. Long flashes. But what info will FaZe get from that? Because no one's committed behind it. Olaf spammed the corner smoke, but he's still going to back up. FaZe don't know if anyone's out long, and they've just got to guess. That's going to leave only one player at B as Cold meanders over towards middle. And the longer the time goes on, the more FaZe think long is clear, and they're even going to try and flash Olaf back into it to figure that one out for good. That should allow Cold to back up into the B bomb site. He's going to be needed. Mid to B smoke is out, and 4 players crunching from upper tunnels just get smoked off. Bad timing for OG as FaZe get more and more information on this A site.
Yeah, that smoke is crucial right there. Buys a little bit more time for FaZe. Potentially they can sniff out what this B hit looks like. Lurk smoke coming out from OG. No one even bats an eye at it from the FaZe Clan side.
FaZe have just taken long as well. Now they know.
Yeah, there we go. Kjaerbye with an AUG. Deeply entrenched. Valdi's going to eliminate him, and the crossover into the B site is going to start to happen. coldzera trying to make a play, trying to keep this one honest.
Yeah, dangerous game, but I respect that for Cold, right? If you get 2 there, you maybe set FaZe up for the round win. Now it's slipping through their fingers. Double overtime looming. Mantu gets mollied out, but they respond with one of their own, and Brokey hits the shot. Okay, there's still a chance after all.
Yeah, they got flashes on Olaf and Rain. Rain's going to try and set them up to get them in with this flash. Olaf nading the car, but this time MBK is not there. There's the flash, but Rain doesn't get in on the back of it, and piece by piece it's falling apart. Brokey left up alone, and Valde puts him in the grave. We're heading to a double overtime affair. 18 all as we run this back one more time.
Yeah,
and potentially even more times after that.
And maybe even a third map, who knows? OG are fighting tooth and nail to get there, to get to Mirage. This is their pick in the series, and it is going the distance, and then some. It's our opening game in Beijing, at least for us, so I like what we get.
Take it.
Yeah.
FaZe can put a stop here. They're going to meet up with Vitality in the brackets. They've got to get through OG first.
From one Frenchman to many, many more. Fast that long for OG. Not taking that spawn play, but they do come out with no one here for FaZe, who have aggro Cat on Brokey. And already looking at aggressing mid. Rain's going to go for it. Alexi's holding from the spawn side, though. This is a nice off position that Rain might not expect. Mantu's posted in the pit, but FaZe don't want to give away any picks there. They're actually going to smoke out to look like they could swing to scare OG off. It's not going to do much apart from make OG stop in their tracks. At this point, FaZe know it's a long take. It's all on Rain's timing. With OG not moving up, neither will Rain. He doesn't want to be the guy giving away this opening kill in the first few seconds. He'd rather wait. Alexi B did this before in regulation, but Rain is here to deal with it. Oh, does he hear the footsteps? And Nate goes out. Rain swings and clears, and now he knows that Xbox smoke that did miss, by the way, is all a ruse. It's down to the long take, and FaZe are all here.
Yeah, Rain with a really smart play there. He just hangs tight. And that's going to be plenty for FaZe to work with on their hold. This is crossed over. Molotov on the ramp. Almost a double there for coldzera. They lined up for him. Valde finds him amidst the fight and frenzy. But a double stack over here on quad. Now, Olaf tucked in tight. They're going to let Rain fight it off. But you know what? Olaf, you might not even be necessary at this point. It's just Mantu at long. 4-on-1, and he's going to get eradicated as well. 19-18, that elusive round for FaZe Clan. Well, they find it. Just an OT number 2.
Yeah, they can save that double Gandalf for later, I guess. And yeah, that's beautiful from Rain, right? If he goes aggro there, he goes early. Despite his great position, it would have been Alexi B's kill likely. And then OG can make the decision, okay, do we want to walk into this A stack like late in the round, or do we want to double back through spawn to B? Very common. But no, Rain wins that fight out. All the info's there for FaZe. They can spam the smoke. Talking of which, Mantu finding cold to start. That's a good pick.
Look at the 3 going towards tunnels for OG. They might just run right in. Brokey is here with the AWP at least to try and get it back under control, but MBK has already crossed into the site, and that bomb is moving in as well. Valde with a late lurk in through Catwalk to try and slip the knife in the back of FaZe. Rain gets ahead of it, just runs through the smokes, and the rest of the team are coming in to join him. Now, they don't know about MBK, who will get away with one. He tries to clear out Rain as well, and he will. That is a round-saving play from MBK. Kirby left all alone, but he's on a wrap of his own. In through the tunnels, looking to make this B site home. Flash goes in, MBK out. And now Valde and Mantu left up alive. OG in a 2-on-1. They get the bomb, they've got the B site. And they know that this tunnels wrap is coming in. Mantu remembers someone has to plant. And that's going to be him. He'll grab that bomb. Kirby in through mid now.
They definitely heard him run back.
Oh, yeah, they get the info right now. They definitely know, right? If the footsteps weren't enough, there it is. There's the confirmation. Kirby smoking in for the push. But up against Mantu and Valde, that is quite the terrifying twosome to be up against. Kirby with the opener. Now just Mantu left to beat. Time looking to escape him here. Kirby moving in, back of the site. Oh, Kirby with the triple. 1v3 to close that round out for FaZe. Defuse comes in, and he puts 20 on the board. OG, they are going to be kicking themselves. Kirby with a stellar clutch.
That was so good. But the funniest part about that is it could have been even easier for Kirby. On the tunnels flank, no one was considering it. He may have got that one free kill there, but he had 2 offered up, both with their backs turned, but he flashed himself in. Could have been a free double, but nonetheless, not even a problem, not an issue. FaZe keep it going. And that is a hell of a round to lose after MBK puts up such a stellar defense. Again, Cold killed on the cross, same as last round. Mantu through the smoke. That is just so great. How has he done that back-to-back rounds? You killed the best player, at least off the scoreboard right now for FaZe. Cold is gone again, but OG won't rush B off the back of it. They're going to go for the late B, though. They were rushing long off the spawn, and now they double back. There is no one here for FaZe Clan. The timing could be so good for OG. As long as his long fake can get sold, there's a smoke going out. Mantu has another for the cross. That first one will miss a little bit, leaving a big gap, but Mantu will patch it up, and at this point, FaZe have no info towards that B bomb site. They're still scared of these long smokes.
And look at Valde just creeping on over.
Rain.
It's going to be a 4-on-1 here. Rain's about to catch him right in the act, though. Here we go. Peeks from lower, has a shot on MBK, takes him 2 bursts, but he gets it. And now that's some information. Roki aligning for the shots. He's going to go ahead and take a fight inside of the site. Rain going to continue to aggress, and he's doing everything that he has to do. He gets the job done inside of the tunnels. Now just Issa and Mantu. Issa already inside of the site, Mantu in top of middle. Roll off a little ambitious of a run there.
Ooh. Ah!
Yeah, my God. The
Run!
shots on
Oh,
Mantu.
he jumped. He jumped.
Well, he's still got the bomb down at least during all that, right? While they're hunting Mantu out of the round. But now he's got to find a 1v3 of his own. Up in the window, trying to take the fight early. And there's Issa with the opener. Brokey was tagged earlier by Mantu. And they've got no utility outside of the Molotov.
Oh.
Issa with the flick. And another man in the doors. He need all 4. And he just might get it. Already slipping in is Rain. But
Wow.
Issa delivering 19 at the end of the first half of OT. And man,
No way.
Issa, he's like a mirror, man. He really is. You know, back on Inferno, he aced in the round following Brokey's, right? Responded with one of his own to try and save the day for OG, if you remember. Just then, a 1v3 to put that round on the board for OG. Moments after Kirby 1v3'd them in the round prior. That is absolutely unreal. Maybe it gives OG a fighting chance here.
And after Rain, the absolute king, goes back in through lower with no info. He looked like he wanted to flank long again. And OG had already set up inside of B. He sets his team up for that round and still gets stolen away by Issa. This is a great game right now. FaZe with autos in the first round of OT. I was gonna say, because it looked like a FaZe round, that they were about to clean sweep CT side. They were about to go 3-0 up on the half that has been difficult for them. This should have been their game, coming right into the T half. But now they've got to fight just that little bit more. Just that one extra round. They need 2 out of the next 3.
Mantu dropping a response Molotov there. And for OG, this is it. Mantu holding on.
30.
Keeps netting himself some kills, and they're going to have to put a smoke down to put a stop to the aggression here from FaZe. 5-on-4 still.
Oh boy, on a knife's edge right now. Alexi's re-aggressing cat side. Does he want to hang around in the smoke? He's been punished for that before. He's going to throw a molly down, stalling FaZe out. Lots of util coming in though. Oh, more damage. There's another nade and the spray. Oh, Alexi and Valde combined for all the kills. And Brokey's trapped on 4 health. He's gone as well. It's all on cold, late to the party. And OG, they're going to blow him out of the round. Issa gets him from mid, and that's 20 all. Oh boy, I have no idea where this game is going.
Down to the wire, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So what's the answer going to be for FaZe? Now, like we were saying, like we saw, mid to B is working pretty well for them there in their T side in regulation. Will they revert back to it? Get bottled up on catwalk.
Default for FaZe. Back to what worked in the second half all that time ago. Once he gets tagged up cat to a nade, we'll have one of his own right back down, but nothing too significant. Cold holding long. That battle between him and Valde has been so interesting all half long. That's a great nade from mid. Even more damage the way of FaZe. And, oh, it's just wave after wave of utility. No angle is safe. No person is safe. Run boost up on Cat's side. And 2, flicking back in. Rain only showing his head, but that might be enough for Mantu to make him dead. The smoke's on the Molotov, and Alexi jumps up to take Kiebi out of the action. Valde finding Rain as well. There's a late long lug, but it needs to be earlier. It needs to be quicker. As everyone is falling, Mantu finds that kill, and now it's all on Olof. 1 on 5, low HP, bomb at his feet, but not much hope.
Ace there to lock it in, and it's OG.
Okay.
Now, one away from getting this locked in.
Yeah, and it's like we said in the pregame, we said in the matchup, you know, in the description, it even says it right there as you click the link that picking OG right here might have been the play.
I regret nothing more than restarting this prediction battle when FaZe were 15-13 up, of course.
Oh, it's not done yet, boys.
Yeah.
Are
we going to get another OT? I hope we do, man. I hope this is the game that never ends. It's a war of attrition right now. Who can last the longest on Dust 2?
Ooh.
Right now, OG are making a damn good case. They've lent heavily into a B play in this round on the OG side. They've got 2 here, and they did have Alexa B complementing this B hole with a bit of mid support, but he's since backed away. So the early read that this could have been beat, OG now deciding against it, going back into this more standard setup.
Think back to that 4-on-1 on the CT side that FaZe bottle against Issa. This could have at least been the guarantee of a third overtime. Instead, they're looking at a likely, not a likely, but a possible loss in the second map. This was theirs for the taking. This was a shoo-in. Not anymore, no longer, as OG sit just 5 kills away from Mirage.
Look at FaZe just bleeding out the utility here. Double nades on Catwalk, there's no one home. Missed opportunity. And he's gonna dump a smoke off here on the Catwalk side.
Ooh.
Land on the rail. Now, what is FaZe gonna do? We're gonna see a mid to B here. Looks like it. Rain out quick. No mid to B smokes down. It would have been just an early warning system. Issa pops a flash over, tries to back away. Rain having gone in first, and now the spray from Issa. Everything that you could have asked for there. KRB and coldzera left to their own device in a, well, it would have been a 1-on-3. Now it's just gone the way of OG. Ladies and gentlemen, they pick up the map. We go.
And so OG coming in on the T side, where they're probably going to want to start in a map like this. Let's see what they got to the table. Coming in on the T side, where they're probably going to want to start in a map like this. Let's see what they got to the table. It's going to be OG favored on those GG battle odds.
Low lows and some no-nos. Here comes Rain with a very aggressive mid positioning to start out this third map. MBK is going to see him. So the element of surprise is lost, but Rain just holds tight. Nests himself at the top of middle.
Oh, I thought they were going to try and hunt him down because 2 left B, but instead they just group back and spawn. Where do FaZe want to lean? 3 on that B bomb site right now, if you're counting Rain. Now, they're playing retake on A, but Olof has the kit on the B bomb site, so that's fine for FaZe. They can afford to do this. OG setting up for a full execute. Alexi B, what's he throwing in? He's got a smoke and a flash. That's going to be the top con smoke. I like this play. And just popping his team into A, trying to get a plant. FaZe will allow this bomb plant, but how many will they take down before it comes through? Kiebi with 1, and with CT open, it's very difficult to get a bomb plant that isn't going to be the reverse triple. That's all that's available, and there it is for OG. Numbers planted in, and now they've got to pick post plants.
How are they going to approach this Rain? He might have to drop on Valde here. coldzera finds him first. KRB gets one of his own. Issa with 2 taps. Nice stuff. He's able to get, you know, some sort of footing in this ground. And 2 left in a real rough position there in jungle. So first round will go the way of FaZe. And it's like we all said, Harry. Do I need to finish the sentence or no?
No, I don't think you do, Trace. Everyone knows that you play both sides, so then you never lose.
Only on the weekends, buddy.
Yeah, well, look at that, man. Pistol round for FaZe. I love the way they approached that one. Kiebi in towards CT as one of the only players at that A site, and he takes down the first, and immediately FaZe are like, well, you know, we were kind of set up to retake A anyway, and a 5-on-4 is pretty good odds, so let's just play back in CT, wait for that bomb to attempt to go down, and then move in together, and that's exactly what they do. OG get dismantled. But now they come in with a force buy of their own on this T side, immediately looking to up the pace, up the stakes in this second round.
Oh, B fake, you see. Alexia throwing utility in as Valde goes out lower. It's not going to really do much. Going to keep 2 at B for FaZe with Brokey in the ladder. FaZe could try and pinch him from this position, but hasn't seen him just yet. Does Brokey know? No. And now Valde's ready. Oh, it's a bit of a mess.
Yeah, I think Brokey said, you know what, I had enough. I'm not going to play this cat and mouse game with you. They boost Alexi up. No, excuse me, they boost Valde up. And he can peer into jungle from here. Airby likely unsuspecting of this angle. It is pretty ratty, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, what must suck for observers is when someone boosts, the number that you see on the minimap is always the player on the bottom. So we see 9, and that's Alexi, but it's Valde on top. And so you got to like, wait, check all the other numbers. What can I not see? Jakey's got it under control, as FaZe do in the window. For now, Brokey getting chased, but he's got support from Kierby, who will find that kill, doubling down as OG split into this A site. They've lost their mid players. It's just down to Ramp and Palace, and Rain swinging in with the FAMAS. Oh boy, doubling it up. And MBK now in a 1-on-5, not going to be able to get more than a single kill. It's going to be FaZe on the board nice and early with 2, and OG with an eco still.
Yeah, and I don't know if I've ever seen a FAMAS be more satisfying than in Rain's hands right there.
It's rare to see that gun get more than 1.
I just wish Valve would bring back just how lethal the burst was. I mean, it's even atrocious on the Glock, right? So, please. Operation 10 will do too, but...
Patience is what you need. Especially in this game. That's exactly what OG are showing. Just waiting at the top of middle, at the back of B.
I like the mid presence that FaZe set early on. Rain had pushed up there on the pistol round, and well, you might get out in front of it and take mid early. Make a statement. Just go ahead and cut off that idea that perhaps OG could find themselves in middle and utilize it. Well, off about to have a party over at B. Here we go. Drops a smoke. That's going to be his exit strategy. He re-peeks. He re-peers back up there. No one's home. But they are. They're just hiding.
And there's the info for Olaf. That's going to be the rotations back in now for Cold to help him out. And this should get mopped up. There was like a timing where maybe the pistols could have gotten a little bit close, a little too close for comfort. But thanks to Olaf getting the information early, the rotates are there on time. 3-0 for FaZe. And now we've got that buy round coming in for OG. AK's out. Could even see the AWP on Mantu. And he would have armor behind it as well. So that's nice to see. That gets bought out right away. Brokey donning his as well over on the CT side. So when this rifle round comes in, we immediately get to see that AWP head-to-head.
Yeah, OG looking to take back that mid-control, though. Ollie and Con, no one rushing it. They know the FaZe have liked to take mid, so they're just going to hold on with the AWP. Valde patrolling B on this default, and Isra outside of the A ramp. Run boost for Mantu. Nothing to be seen. Brokey's on cap with the AWP. Not too aggressive. Rain, very good position for either retaking A from behind or coming in on a flank, but he's not rushing. He's not moving too aggro, and that's good because this is still waiting in spawn with a bomb, keeping his eyes on things. But eventually group with his team. Oh, forgot the bomb. There it is. Looking like a B split here from the catwalk. Smoking Con and window sets him up. Brokey needs to have his wits about him. Close Molotov drop, not on the chair instead, as he backs up into B. The call has been made, and FaZe seem to know what's going on right now with 3 towards this site. Cold has never been spotted in this position up in ladder, and they're not even considering it. MBK has nades out, walking into Cold, who has a chance to back up or just go in for more. Mantu eats a nade, and Cold finishes the job. It's a 3-on-3 now as Issa gets a B pick, and in OG go.
Oh, missed shot from Brokey. And he's dropping into the site with this bomb. Now OG are committed. They have to get the rest of the team here to help out. This bomb not given a chance to go down yet, and Brokey still hidden at the bench. Issa trying to clear him out, but that's the bomb dropped over. And Valdet with 12 seconds in a 1v2. If he deals with Brokey, maybe there's a chance. That bomb finds itself there. Brokey recovers. 2 in the round and 4 on the board. FaZe continue this good CT side starts, showing no signs of slowing down just yet.
The patience with an AWP. Pretty scary, all things considered. Yes. Yes, Alexi B. I feel your pain. I understand it. But this is on you to figure out. Now, that's an interesting character in terms of leadership of this OG squad, you know? Been hearing more and more of the comms and, you know, what they're capable of and how he's directing the flow over there, managing, you know, crisis amidst chaos.
I hate to cut you off, but can we see T-Spawn? They've just thrown 2 smokes out of T-Spawn that missed and both landed back in spawn. How has that happened? OG, yeah, they try and throw, I guess, window or top mid smokes, and both of them miss. I've never seen that in my entire life. Not 1, but 2. I guess this is the smoke that they can't... No, wait, it's a flash fisher. So, yeah, I don't know. But that entire round, whatever the plan was for OG, just fell apart immediately. What possible smoke could you be throwing in spawn that misses and lands in spawn?
2 of them at that.
Yeah, 2 of them. Must be a hard smoke. We're going to keep our eyes on that moving forward.
Yeah, big grenade lands at the feet of these OG players. They aggress out the A ramp. Rain making it do just that from top ticket. Not a whole lot of expectations here. Tech9s are going to have to do something miraculous. Or just this is Deagle. 3 on 4. Bomb plant, so that's good for OG. Nissa on another kill with this Deag. Now, is he going to be the tide changer? No. It's now left in Evalda's hands. 3 on 1 with the bomb planted.
Very good position given the weaponry, but the bait peak from Valde. Oh, if he swung on that one, maybe he has Brokey looking the wrong way, but the bait gives his position away and Brokey just scopes up for the quick kill. 5-0 for FaZe. Great start to this map. Obviously only an eco for OG with some techs. Now, the money from the plant allows everything they need and more. Had 1 long series, and OG don't want to go out with a whimper after showing some great face back on Dust 2 and a competitive one on Inferno as well. It's open season. And 2v Brokey.
It's been enjoyable this series so far. Perhaps this round will deliver a little bit of the same. Now that mid control would have came into play, but Molotovs are going to be there, and it's going to be a spray from KRB in the connector. So far, so good for FaZe.
Alexi's very deep in B as well. Olof's looking at the smoke, but he doesn't know how far Alexi's gotten. Not going to make a move, and as he does, Brokey comes in on rotation anyway. Alexi gets spotted. He knows that Olof is here too. Oh, that would be caught in nades in hand, and Brokey swings. Wasn't ready for him there. Was window to start it out, and Reigns pushed the Palace to clear out A. Obviously a bit of a gamble. You never know if ramp has enemies in, but this is a good call for FaZe, who are stacked towards this B bomb site. Gabby's second guessing and hanging on to the window just in case, but at this point, in a 2 on 4, OG are just both crunching B. And if they don't go soon, then Rain will get that backstab in play. OG can't wait forever.
Yeah, and the mid presence early on in the round, it's something OG have in their pocket. It's going to leave Rain a little bit weary. He takes a gander at it. There's got to be the B site at this point. 30 seconds on the clock. MBK starting to edge his way out. Nobody's going to be really giving him a fight, though. Brokey will be watching the plane, and MBK is just going to slide right into his crosshairs yet again. Mantu, nice trade, but all in vain, ultimately. Olaf Meister comes in with the last one. 6-0 FaZe. Currently running the show. Another buy going to come out for OG.
I'm liking the movements we're seeing from FaZe on the CT side. Rain has a lot of faith in his B hold there on his team, so he actually doesn't even flank B. He sets up in mid in case they duck down lower and take A. Remember, there was no one on that A site. And yeah, these are moves that like OG don't even really know about. They haven't seen Rain flank, and he's done this 2 or 3 times now. OG just don't have that info. So yeah, FaZe have had a lot of good calls so far in this CT half. holding the ladder has been a nuisance. Step on Cat this time. Broky's taking the AWP towards CT. That's a good call, because OG not only don't have an AWP, but are setting up for an A take.
Well,
See ya.
doesn't even seem fair.
Ooh, Kirby, they're very deep. Oh, okay, Rain not mollied out. The molly was on top of the palace. He's able to save his teammate's life. He does get traded through the floor, but a 4-on-3 with a mid lurk. It's all on Alexi to get something done in this position.
Ooh, Mantu,
Nice.
that's a nice little peek there to rid them of Kirby, and a missed shot from Brokey gives that bomb a chance to go down. Now a 3-on-3. Mantu still in the sight, but Olaf quick on the trigger. Down in mid is Alexa B, but he's spotted by Cold, still comes out on top. And so now has this mid flank in. Olaf and Brokey in the sight, smoke on the bomb. They tap it to try and bait a peek on in, and there it is. Issa out from the palace. Not quite the killing blow that needed to be dealt, and it falls to Brokey in the 1v1. Not going to get on the bomb yet. Bringing the attention in from Alexi, but not quite able to find him. Tapping it once more, and Alexi going wide. Brokey with the clutch. As he puts up all the kills needed. FaZe on to 7. He keeps that flawless streak in check. And OG yet to put a round up on the board. That was their closest one yet.
So close. Unbelievably close. Look at some of these shots here from Mantu. Brokey has been on fire in Fuego.
That's one of the scary things about this FaZe squad, right? Is there's so many good clutch players on this team. You know, like Brokey, I think, was the one, especially while Nico was in, that everyone learned to fear in these clutch scenarios. But even then, Kirby's had some great moments like it, and he's someone who's only started to look better and better in clutches. Then, of course, Cold kind of goes without mentioning, right? Is a very, very dependable player in those kind of moments. So it is very, very scary. Like, even when you are in 2v1s or 3v1s, you're always hesitant when you're up against this FaZe squad. Something else that's a little bit worrying is like you think about Mirage and its tenure for the FaZe clan. Well, even when Nico was in, this was actually one of the pretty good maps for them, right? And even when we saw them play it back at Blast, in the sense that, you know, they go versus Big and Complexity there, these were close matches as well for FaZe. So this is a map that they've looked good on, and one that, as we see right now, you know, they're not to be underestimated on. Rain with the lineup, and oh, dearie me.
How does he get out? How on earth? There's 2 ramp players. Just skirts on back. Alexi goes through a con smoke, and so far 3 kills, all in favor of FaZe. OG just walking to their death. Rain pushing Palace again, and OG haven't seen it once. So why would they expect this here? He's not going to go any further. If he did, it's 2 free kills. Look at them. But regardless, it's still a great position, and it can even let his team back out of A.
Yeah, that's not the only thing OG hasn't seen in this round. A bomb site. Seeming few and far between. They just get shut down on A ramp behind a smoke nonetheless. Now they've reaverted. Issa and Mantu are going to try to walk all the way into B. Olaf will be able to buy some time with this smoke. And that's exactly what he's banking on. Them breaking the plane, then he drops the smoke. Yep, that's enough.
Well, good luck. Ooh.
You really don't like that Olaf's there.
That's so annoying as well. It's not like he even took the fight. He could have just died there, and it wouldn't have really been a problem. FaZe would have still had 4-on-2 on a retake, but yeah, drops a smoke, goes, nah, you can't come B. Nah, sorry. Nice shot for Mantu, but 20 seconds, you got to go. You got to run if you're OG. And where are they taking it? Bomb to the connector. Brokey in the A site. He has been unbeatable, and that continues. Flash back in for another peek. Issa blind and out of time. Might just want to die. And Rain, Brokey, one of these players will offer that up swiftly, I'm sure. There it is. Rain coming in with a swing. And 3 for him as well. 8-0 for FaZe Clan. This is unreal.
Yeah, they've got every answer in the book currently. OG just trying to throw the book. Can't seem to do that. Rain, look at him go. Tears them in half. Tears them a new one on their aggression into the A site.
Oh, dear.
Those are the fan cams, by the way. IEM.gg/fancam. Type it in your browser. It'll open Discord. You'll just follow the prompts. You know how this goes.
Desperate B play for OG.
Yeah, smoke's out on the B site. They're going to put one in the window, one in the door, isolating Market from the rest of the site. Now, LexiB, having shot his Tech 9 from the top of stairs, we'll try to get a little map control here in the back lines.
Ooh.
Look at this, though. A reroute, an audible.
This is weird. They're doubling back into A, but Rain actually stayed at the A site because he saw Alexi. If he was never spotted, this fake would be even better. But now FaZe just go, okay, they can just take A and we'll play retake again against Pistols. Alexi's position is expected by Kierby. And he's not going to jump the gun in going through the murder hole, because often lying on the other side is murder. And Alexi B looking to dish some of that out. OG do have A. But again, that spawn side setup, 2 here, Brokey with the AWP as well. Going to make things very difficult for OG if they want to gain any ground in this post-plant. Olof, now this could be something with a bomb planted for him. If he dies, Issa can stay here and use his gun to shut down any kind of retake. But will Issa win that fight? Rain's already out into the A site. Issa waiting, and oh boy, he does get it. Labored and slow, but it's still going to be his. There's the murder in the hole, and this is good for OG with the gun up on Catwalk. Cold never clears above, and Valde with a tech tags him down. Brokey good at clutches, but this one surely one step too far, and BK deals with him, and OG get on the board. That's a nice round for OG.
That was one of the worrying things, though, about setting up for a retake setup at the A site there, right? Is that you give up so much ground when you are forced into a retake and you're not moving into it with any kind of advantage. You know, you're the one pressed for time. You don't know where these Ts are, and so every angle that you're moving through could be hiding someone from the opposition. And, you know, FaZe, they don't have the time to be clearing that. They've got to go fast. And unlike when we saw them play that same setup in the pistol round, there was no opener for FaZe to keep pressure on OG, to let them move in with, you know, like one expendable player who they can just throw at these angles. Suddenly, every kill that goes in favor of OG is arming their opponents, it's delaying this retake, it's costing time. And ultimately, that proves to be their undoing there. Just giving up a little too much of the map, it feels like, right? The fact that you lose both window and the ladder room as well really does make that retake difficult, because only CT was open to FaZe. Now, a B play on the cards for OG, and Olof and Brokey send them packing. Wow. A might have worked, but B is a different story when Olof is on the case. Back in favor of FaZe as it's 9 on the board. And are we going to have this now start to tip back in favor in FaZe in a big way?
Well, if it wasn't already Harry at 9-1, maybe it might. Maybe it will. And FaZe are wondering, guys, why didn't we just close Dust 2? Let's just win. And that looks to be the result right now. OG needs something. They need anything in the remainder of this T side. Brokey's getting hyped as well. FaZe probably feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah, smile there from Olof. Almost signifying the ever-coveted GG go next.
There will be no next, Trace. This is it. Done and dusted. The map 3.
That's where you're wrong, Hugo. There's always a next.
Oh.
And this next is going to be Rugrats taking on Liquid.
Yeah, I don't think FaZe are playing that one.
No, you don't say. You don't say. Now, Hugo, if we did insert a third team, I do believe this game would turn into chaos and nonsense.
Yeah, where would they spawn, I think is the biggest question.
Middle of the map.
Okay.
Yeah, duh, everybody knows that.
What do you do on train?
Spawn an E-box.
Instant bomb plant. What is this, like overpass, but the T's...
No, they're like a neutral team, you know?
Yeah,
they're trying
like...
to stop everyone.
Oh, okay.
They only win by elimination.
What would they be called? We got the CTs, we got the T's.
The UN Peacekeepers, I don't know.
Oh, hang on a minute. Look at this. So there's no peace being kept at this B side, that's for sure. It's about to be loud once again. OG haven't had the best track record inside of B, but they're giving it another go and hoping for different results. And, well, those different results not really coming through, are they? Issa has done a good job to get away with 2 on the tech, but no more to be found. Leaves it all on Mantu. He's out by the van. Wishes he could just drive away from this whole situation, but it's actually the drive-by from Kierby to reach double digits for FaZe. And man, like the resilience from FaZe, you know, like they think about how Dust 2 ends. FaZe had so many opportunities to close this in 2, and it gets snatched away from them in double overtime after their best CT half in OT yet, if you remember. Well, now they get onto Mirage, and there were kind of two ways it could go. They were either going to be out for blood, you know, and knowing how close Dust was and how winnable it was, or they were going to be in their heads. And I think it's safe to say that it's the former out of the two of them.
Yeah, we were crediting OG for their resilience in never going down, never giving up on Dust 2, despite the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs of that game. Well, that's flipped on its head. It's FaZe now just controlling the narrative. 10-1. Will there be any salvation for OG in this T side? Just waiting. It's not like FaZe have been, you know, outplaying themselves, right? No like crazy mid rushes, no early aggression. Even when they've taken Palace, they've often hung around there until the end of the round. Olof has only been pushing B in the mid round when they see players on that A site. So yeah, FaZe is not really giving anything to OG. These slow defaults aren't going to net you much. It's being left for OG to execute with a lurking lower at times. There's not really a whole lot of positives to talk about for OG. The one round they won was a Tech-9 play out A, starting with a B fake that did work to draw FaZe out of the site. Right now, no fakes and no rotates for FaZe. 3 and A and 2 close ramp as well. This could get brutal. Free smoke, Rain waiting. BK trying to look underneath it. We'll see nothing. Rain has a great position. Oh, there's the spam. Oh, the flash hits him now. Now they know. They should know, but Vali's just going to run through blind. He got blinded by his own teammate's flash. Never hearing the click onto Rain, and Brokey clicks back. It's 3-on-3. A conceded for now, but FaZe's retakes have once again been so good.
You don't really have anywhere to go if you're OG. Like, you're still just kind of trapped in the site from where you got the bomb down. They're left fighting for their lives, and Mantu, the only man left standing, he's getting wrapped by Brokey, trying to get back to ramp, and he does get to Tetris at least, but Brokey ain't playing no games. 11 on the board for FaZe. Continuing this utter domination. There is no other word for it right now. And while OG have made a few of these rounds close, for the most part, it's felt like pretty landslide victories for FaZe in a lot of these. Rain as well. I think Rain playing ramp is like the most annoying ramp player that we've got right now. Like the way that he does it every round, just up close, in your face, ahead of the flashbangs that get thrown. Oh, that's a hard sentence. Thrown through into that A-bomb site.
They get thrown through thoroughly by OG.
That's impressive, Hugo. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Thanks, man. Couldn't do it without you.
Throwing through thoroughly.
Show off.
FaZe are the one showing off right now. 11-1. No care about the safety of their opponent.
Well, Alday takes that grenade in stride. He holds his ground in underpass. A little bit of lag there, it seems, on our end, but coldzera getting boosted up into a pretty dire corner. Anyone tries to break that plane, he'll be there. Looks like Olaf will be the first line of defense, but coldzera pushing forward. Gonna try to get some info out of this. Middle that's been conceded, OG. Have the connector currently, and MBK is just getting shot. Just straight away. He's down to 20 HP. It's Rain spamming from the top of Ticket.
Oh, nice check, though. There's an advantage. There's a chance. OG playing group, looking to trade. No trades needed with a 5-on-3. FaZe finally on the back foot. It's about time. Flash into the spawn. And there's a bomb plant for Alexi B as well. Mantu's even lurking on the short side. FaZe are setting up to save by the looks of things with 2 players so deep in the B bomb site, and money being a bit of a problem. So definitely the right call right now for FaZe. But yeah, with hunting players, not going to be easy to get away. Mantu chased down by Cold Upper, making a lot of noise running through the lower tunnels. Saw Olaf and B, never knew Cold was deep. And Brokey does get away, darting into the safety of the B-bomb site. Valde heard him on the rotate, but didn't want to chase, knowing that if he gives away that kill, maybe, just maybe, FaZe consider a retake in a 3-on-3, but not to be. 2 rounds for OG. And like, I don't even want to try and butter it up and say, oh, a chance at a good half. 4 rounds ain't a good half.
Yeah, right. And even then, like, you know, that requires you winning the rest of them, the remaining rounds.
Yeah.
And so, you know, a chance at, like, something, I guess, is the storyline here.
If they got all the kills and they broke FaZe's money here, like maybe, because then FaZe would absolutely force, and then they would be like double forcing, assuming they lose. But FaZe get out with guns, and so the buy is actually just fine. No issues about it. So, yeah, there was a chance there for OG. I mean, they get a second round, sure. It's got to start somewhere, but it really can't afford to stop. Nice flash.
Oh. Traded, though, right away. And Issa, the top performer by quite the margin for OG, already out of the round. Kjaerbye trapped down here under Palace, and they are out through ramp, but the flashes keep them at bay for now. Valde going up and over, but Kjaerbye keen for a double. And we're left in a 3-on-3. Now, while this madness has happened, look at Alexa.B. Look at this little sneaky man out through the connector into jungle, already far deeper than FaZe might be ready for. However, they never once broke the vent, and that there can make all the difference, right? Alexa.B can't wrap CT. Instead, he's just holding this position, which, you know, will come in handy in the post plant, which is something at least, but it does limit his options somewhat. Also means he now knows that they're going to be coming in from behind. And Cold, yeah, you're right. They are waiting for this wrap in through Palace. They waited all round for it. Sorry about the lag. I'm just downloading the preview of that new CS update, so... All right, yeah.
Leaked.
Look at this, Olof getting stuck in. Out he goes, but MBK to deal with him. They waited all round for that wrap from coldzera, and it doesn't get anything done. So with that, it's OG onto 3. These A plays working, and working wonders when they do. They're even trying to hunt him. Oh! And this shot means that Brokey falls. That AWP, that would have been the real weapon to keep an eye on in round 15 for FaZe, but it gets removed right at the last second.
Yeah, nice bait though. Alexa.B like breaks the vent, and even though he realizes and flicks back, misses the shot onto Mantu jumping, and you only get one shot against Mantu. 11-3, and OG just giving it their all, giving it everything they can, but unfortunately just coming so late in the game, so late in the series. Fast out ramp, no fear, no respect, and they do have the results right there in front of them. Kjaerbye, great shot through the smoke blooming, but Cole gets traded. It's mollied out by his team, not a worry. Bomb plant allowed for OG when they get it to the site. Alexa.B could get spammed though. Kjaerbye, how are his ears? Oh, they're good, but he's aiming too high. Alexa.B's ducked down, and Brokey spammed through the metal. That was scary. Issa does turn it around, and this retake is looking pretty difficult for FaZe with no kick currently either. Just Kjaerbye, nice shot, but low on ammo, and repeat by Valde. It's OG at 4. They find something on the T side, but they are going to need one hell of a comeback to finish off this series. Will it be FaZe finding victory, or can OG stand the test of time? You've got to wait and see. Join us in just a moment.
And neither are you. So make sure you're watching intently, or otherwise, Hugo's got some choice words for you.
Yeah, you better be watching, not just listening. Eyes on the prize. Right now, that prize is the B-bomb site. FaZe.
No.
Going right in. MBK hovering in the air before he departs back with a nade. Wow. It's great and good damage done by Alexa.B as well. FaZe are in the B-bomb site, but heavy casualties taken, and 5 players here for OG. This is a mess. They smoke him at the car. Ha! They don't even let him fight. They don't even let him get an angle. Brokey will take down Alexa.B, but it's a small victory in a sea of losses. OG are all over the site. Cole does eventually get something done, and trapped to the bench. They kill MBK. This could be a round after all. How have they turned this on its head? It's a 3-on-5 to a 3-on-1. Valde with 5 health on a long flank. FaZe have done it. What?
That's mental, isn't it? I don't even know, man. I kept seeing the Glock dinks come in, and I'm thinking, like, nah, surely not. Surely OG get this back under control. But they don't. And critically as well, there was a short smoke thrown in. That blocked off the line of sight from Valde, who was trying to come in to help out. And that opened up these engagements in the site for the rest of FaZe. They put 12 up on the board. They win the pistol. And now they are poised to win this series. 12-4. And a decision now faces OG, and one that is the nightmare fuel of any IGL out there, right? And that is, do you force buy here up against 12? Or do you take an eco knowing that you're probably not going to win it and then play for rifles up against 13.
And that cushion, it's just not there to do so.
No, it's really not, right? Especially the downside of this, like, full eco and then purchasing up next is that while you do have a buy, it is going to be lacking in some respects, right? You're either going to have to not have kits if you want full utility, or you're going to have players lacking utility in favors of bringing kits into the round. And just kind of all around, you know, you don't get the AWP either. All around, it is just a very, very rough spot to be in.
Oh, come on, guys.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
But look at this. 5 deep on the catwalk.
I like this play, but when you buy a flash and you like flash from A or even from B and push everyone up cat, but like with no util, FaZe are just waiting with rifles at the top and middle. And yeah, OG can be patient. They can wait for FaZe to come to them, but when FaZe get that info, they got to tick the bomb elsewhere. See how this goes though. OG have had some pretty close pistol rounds, some ecos. Get uncomfortable in this series. They're going to aggro together. There's the spray for rain doubling down. Kiebi with another. And the call is made. It's all 5. They win all the fights. It's fine. Couple of casualties. Not a worry for FaZe. Only worry is they don't save the 2 AKs. They actually only save the MAC-10s and the Galil. But yeah, like 13-4. I'm really looking for negatives at this point. There's not many.
And so look, here's that buy that we're talking about. And notably, there are no kits in play. So is that something that's going to come back to haunt OG?
Surely hope not.
Ooh. Alexibi gets spotted throwing that bit of utility and spammed within inches of his life. Really lucky to be alive. And that's going to force him into a bit more of a passive hold at this B side of the map. Now, OG want to get something for their troubles. In giving up mid, they want something to show for it. And they do take a bit of ramp aggression, leaving Valda here to hold it close, but Connector hides the true setup to this A hit with everyone inside of it, all with the exception of coldzera, who's going to arrive a little bit later out through Palace. They charge down Mantu, and he is good for 3 before getting wrapped by Kiebi. It's left to Brokey in a clutch. But as we've said time and time again, this guy's good in these scenarios. However, MBK with the unexpected lower angle has secured 5 for OG. Now, it is a long road to this comeback, right? If you even know the smallest thing about numbers, you'll see that 5 is quite smaller than 13. And as a result, right, it's going to take something pretty monumental here for OG. You just check that, Hugo. Oh, how's it looking?
No, he's right. Yeah, he's got it. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a big old difference here. I couldn't tell you what the exact round difference is. My mind doesn't work in that way.
Wait. 8.
8, okay, right. Yeah. 8 rounds the difference. So that's
we got you.
That's a lot of rounds right there.
And every time you do that, you're lagging the server, so be careful, all right?
Sorry. Guys, can you stop typing in the Twitch chat? My laptop's getting really hot on my lap, and it's actually burning a hole in my jeans. So, please stop typing.
Don't do it, Twitch chat. I got your back. Just like Man2 found the back of Olofmeister. They got a nice little boost out of it, but ultimately, this one's going the way of OG thus far.
Oh boy. Yeah, this looks like a fairly clean round. 5 rifles for OG. Smoke back on the ramp, going about their business. I like the deagle for Kiebi. Harry, you're a big fan of that deagle. I know it. The old print stream.
Yeah, that's the one.
There's even a flanking spawn. Don't think it will get to that point, although Brokey does get a pick out A. They've got to go back for the bomb that Man2 now currently is in possession of, although he probably doesn't know it, with it being above him. Doesn't matter. This is with another. Kiebi trades, and now he's going, oh yeah, the bomb. Looking for a gun, though, and trying to take more kills within 20 seconds. Doesn't want to die after time, and so Alexi will grant him that. At least it's going to be 6 for OG, with 3 up as well.
And now's the time to turn it around if you are on the side of FaZe. You saved, and now you're going to bring these rifles into this next round. What is the application? What is the answer for what OG's throwing at him right now?
Valde's got a fuse box in his room. Needs to be lights out if they want to win this game.
That's just his power source. He's hooked into that.
Yeah. He is pretty electric at the best of times. Old lamp flash as FaZe go through the smoke into A. No one's watching for it. Issa, here's the flash and now calls for support. Good pop flash back in for OG to actually blind FaZe out. It's kind of stalled them out of the ramp room. Issa gets one. There's the Palace swing. Cold traded after that kill, and Valde goes up on top of the stairs. Not good for more than one, though. Oh, Alexi B's trapped in the corner. If they can kill him, there's a chance at a round after all. But FaZe now need to worry about Spawn, where Mantu's dishing out haircuts. 2 kills off the AWP. And OG still with FaZe in this series.
Now, speaking of FaZe, and speaking of FaZes, there are several of you in the fan cams, which I've been told by a little birdie that you guys have some special fans there, Harry and Hugo.
But like personal, or what does that mean, Trace?
Well, we got your mom in the fan cams.
Oh.
But not really. We do have a bunch of hearts there for you.
Gooni's #1 fan. Respect.
Someone has to like us.
Yeah, certainly not me.
I'm tired of hating myself, so I'm glad, right? Valde, aggression into the top of mid. And he's only good for 1. Mantu now, ready and waiting. Looking to get stuck in with the AWP. They run booster man out and over, and Mantu never even saw it. So there is a player out in mid, that's Rain, but with no armor behind the M4, the aim punch just kind of wrecks him. As it should, the nade is good, and that there lays this whole round to rest. 8 on the board for OG. And now suddenly, this big old gap that was between these two teams is down to just 5 rounds. If my memory holds correct.
Yes.
I could only do addition.
Well, subtraction, Harry, it's just the opposite.
Yeah, it's got you there.
It's like adding backwards.
Adding backwards. If I just think of it like that, then yeah, I'm sure I got this.
World's your oyster. 13-8. Yeah, it's just worrying against this kind of scoreline for FaZe that they're pretty damn close, but not having a single rifle round to their name certainly bodes well for OG. FaZe still got to get over the hump, get onto the board, and get going now. Nades. Ooh. Oh no, boosting. Okay, I thought they were going to double nade. Oh, second time's a charm. Get it quick. The smoke's fading. Oh, Valde's trapped. Oh dear. It's not what they wanted, but do what you got. Resmoke will buy him at least an exit route. Dropping a molly lower as he does. Looking like an A split with Cold in the Palace. And 2 with his eyes on the prize on Con. Smoke is still down, but it will be fading soon, and that will give him the chance to fight from this ticket position. There's a player gone broke. He's posted. Mantu doesn't care. And wow, what a time to come alive on the AWP. 5 on 3, many more kills to be had.
Ooh. Yeah, FaZe love this A-bomb site, but it does not love them back, right? Every single time they've tried to end up here, it's been dominant for OG, and this round is no different to that. Flawless for the OG side.
I was going to say, if Cold got out of Palace there with 2 ramp players and kills Brokey, or kills Mantu rather, I'd be mad if I'm Mantu. Like, you got 2 A anchors. Like, come on, watch Palace.
Yeah, there was a chance right there for him to slide out.
But they do. They watch it. They cover it down, and OG keep building clean rounds as well. Money is good.
And that's really, really key, right? I'm glad you bring that up, Hugo, because that's how you get back into this game. You don't have many rounds if things do turn against you. And so you can't afford to be like, losing one and down to an eco or down to a 4 spy or really down to anything other than the best buy you can get, right? I'm talking M4's out, kits behind them, full utility, AWP in Mantu's hands. We got a B play for FaZe. I'm happy that they are throwing one of these in nice and early before this feels a little too far gone. And they flood into this B site. Now, MBK with a lot of damage has finally put a kill up before getting bested. And it's not going to spiral out of control just yet. As the rotations arrive, Brokey is wrapping Alexa B. Does deal with him on the Deagle, but that's where the crossfire comes in between him and Valder. And so OG, they reach 10. Now 3 between them and FaZe.
See, that's a little bit easier of a number.
Yeah.
3.
It's getting closer. This was 8 a minute ago. My oh my, OG are not going down without a fight. And this is where, like, as an in-game leader for Cold, in-game leading here for FaZe, he's got some questions to be asked. He's got to come up with solutions to this. And new to the role, not going to be easy to do. A lot of problems here for FaZe now on this T side, but another big buy round with Brokey on the AWP. Alexi makes the catch up. Oh my, what a mow down. Valde with a double down below. Alexi's second AWPing as well. Wild times we live in.
Oh!
Ow.
Today,
so
Cole.
damn quick. FaZe. This is about to be 11 to OG. They're 2 on 5 and they didn't see Issa. Oh, what is that timing?
In the night.
What is that timing?
No.
That was never meant to
There's no
happen.
kills on A.
No, they don't know that it's Issa. Rain could just walk in. Rain could just walk in and get the bomb down.
Here's the thing, though. Because Issa's flanking Palace, he will make the call like, yeah, okay, I haven't actually cleared ramp. Someone could come out ramp. So as far as they're aware, this dude's come out ramp. Brokey's running through spawn. He is dead if he makes noise. Or if he goes Palace. Because, don't worry, Brokey, Palace is clear.
Rain can't believe it. He's like clearing ramp. He's like, nah, this ain't right. And now Brokey's making noise at ramp.
No.
Suddenly, that guy that they had in A is no longer a secret. They know that it's the ramp play. Mantu's back. It looked like it was going to be some cool little timing thing, but it's not. And now it's left to Brokey. And as good as he's been, they don't know about this flanking player. How would they? They just came from T-spawn. They cleared everywhere. How is Issa here? He should never be here. And Brokey is going to die to him. If you're FaZe there, you're so confused. You're thinking, like, he must have been right behind me when I was leaving through T-spawn. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, man. He was actually with your guy up in Palace. Oh,
that's just, yeah.
That's wild.
That's
okay. 11 now for OG.
Okay.
11. They needed 8 in a row to tie this one back up, and they have almost done it. It didn't sound achievable. But here they are, making it look easy.
Incredible feat for OG. Again, the resilience that we saw on Dust is showing through once more with a near flawless CT side.
Yeah, and for Olaf, things have slowed down tremendously.
Oh,
Look at that. Cold Zera going to be starting this one off with 53 HP.
Man, if we just stopped counting the rounds when FaZe were up like 13-4, this would have been a nice, easy victory for them. But now,
stop the count.
OG, man, they're pulling it back. They're getting back into it. It's the blue coming back here. Rain bested right away, but Brokey keeping things in a good spot for FaZe, rather. 4 on 3. And Mantu forced out of CT.
Okay, this is a doable round for FaZe, and they're throwing in a window boost. This is great timing. No one's watching. MBK has just bypassed his position, but the break, it's not in. And there's no way you can fake that out either, so they are pretty screwed here. Nonetheless, again, a position for the post plant and a spam through the smoke. Oh, jumping up is Brokey. He's had a great game, but he's on a rifle and the nades come through. Oh boy, the bomb plant delayed. And maybe even denied if Kjaerbye goes for it now. There's so many CTs here to fight back. Olaf has that cross, but it's covered by smoke. And now it's starting to fade as Kjaerbye goes wide. He's caught from above. MBK swings out, though, and Olaf does trade. It's still doable. They don't know Alexi's inside of the site, but he is looking very deep indeed. Cold walking up. He could bypass him. This is so weird. And Cole might have them both. They line up. He takes one. Olaf in con. And they know where Mantu is as well. A bomb plant available with 20 seconds. Does he want to fight or does he want to stick it? It will be the latter. 15 as the plant comes in and a chance to back up. Do the dance. Mantu on 10 health with the kit. And Olaf goes back to jungle.
Oh, this is wild, man. Mantu's still just patient as ever. Moving in through CT, Olaf down in the connector, but this is a pretty favorable fight for the AWP to take. Mantu is also one shot away from death. Both players would be in this head-to-head. Olaf just playing a timing game. Playing the timings is Olaf Meister. Mantu smoking the bomb, and Olaf now spamming through. Hasn't found anything. Mantu goes over, but there's going to be no time. Olaf with the 1v1. And FaZe on to 14. It takes them so long, but finally they find another round. One step closer to closing this game out. However, OG are now hot on their heels. There's no longer that Well, I say little, that big old buffer that you had, right? This is almost neck and neck.
7 in a row for OG to get to this point. Here's for them hoping it's not all in vain. FaZe calling out a pause. They want to replicate this success, but they don't really have the money for it. Pretty broke by. And OG still riding high off the back of their 7 in a row. Not going to be able to afford for now. This is still a close game. This is still under question, under a microscope. FaZe back-to-back tacks. What do you call them, Harry? Back-to-back-tacles?
Back-to-back-tacles, that's the one.
Okay.
What do you call like 2 tech timeouts in the same round?
Go on.
Oh God, something's gone really wrong. If there's 2 in one round, I don't think it needs its own name.
But you could surely come up with one. I mean, you're a wordsmith, Harry.
Yeah, Harry, here we are putting you on the spot.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Sadly, Trace, he is just Harry.
Yeah, he is just Harry GG.
Yeah.
Glock.
14-11 and FaZe. This has been a great game, right? Like this entire series has been so back and forth. Dust 2 went to many a overtime.
And this one's definitely got legs on it still. Again,
Yeah.
Liquid Rugrats after this.
Waiting in the wings.
You don't adjust your dial. The only adjustments going on right now will be what OG can do to rally back. Got plenty of money in the tank.
Faking out A, but oh, double jungle smokes. Miscommunication for FaZe potentially. It's not what you like. They were going up cat nonetheless, and it's not like OG fell for much with no one running out into A. MBK flanks lower. Oh, sorry, no, he doesn't. That's someone else. That's Alexi flanking lower, and they don't even know about it. MBK just got a kill. Olaf is trapped, and the AWP is still on B. This is a mess for FaZe. They're going to double back into A that is open for the taking because Valde's pushed up through spawn, but he's not overcommitting. He can go back in an instant and be in the right place. Alexi's coming out lower. Ace has got the info. He's also got the bomb. 5-on-2 for FaZe, down and almost out. Alexi is going to kick the door down and shut down the round. 12 for OG and flawless.
Now no money for FaZe. This is those double jungle smokes that you talk about.
Oof.
They really wanted to smoke jungle.
And that was like a fake as well. Like, no, firstly, no one's really falling for that anyway, with no one committing out A. But if you see 2 jungle smokes, you're making the call, guys. Watch B. Watch B.
Well, this time they got 4 smokes. 2 of them for jungle, 1 for stairs, 1 for CT. That's how they're gonna look to get stuck in here. In go the smokes. There they are, flying in. And this time they fall right. Standard A play. Valdet trying to hold from the sandwich is only good for 1. Now these pistol rounds can get out of hand. They definitely can. Rain getting close in towards CT. And that bomb looking to go down for FaZe. A 4-on-4.
Oh,
He seems very aware, but not aware enough. Rain takes his head off. MBK here to trade and keep this even at the very, very least. Kierby with a lengthy flank, and he does have armor behind this M4. If there's a bit more damage done by these players in the site, maybe there's a chance for Kierby, but if he is left alone in a 1v3, this becomes damn near impossible. Instead, he gets it done early, and Brokey wins his Deeg fight onto MBK. Mantu is the man throwing into a clutch. This was pistols for FaZe, and they could be about to find 15. A missed shot, but he's given a second chance at life. The bomb isn't planted for sure. Brokey needs to stay alive, and he will. Takes the AWP away. FaZe onto 15. And my word.
That bait peek for Brokey just won them the round. If he dies there, if he gets shot on that one bullet, that's a defuse for Mantu right there. That's a round with Kierby being so far away. Look at this. Oh, just baited out. And there's nothing Mantu can do, even if he gets that kill after. It's too little time. He needed it on the first shot. Oh, boy. That's a hell of a round to lose for OG. FaZe with Deagle, nothing
this
more.
This game is like no ebbs and flows, man. It's just anyone can win anything, apart from FaZe winning rifle rounds. But if it's eco, man, they'll bring it to you. They'll bring the heat.
Oh dear, this was 13-5 moments ago, and OG pull a huge comeback, only to fall to pistols against 15 now. Mantu Might have spotted one lower. They just came through. Re-smoking the window. FaZe have that mid control. Leaning B, ROG with 2 in the site and Alexi up above. FaZe just cycling this window smoke, trying to get anything out of this mid control right now. Splitting towards the connector. Bomb going back through spawn. Joining up with Cold, who's been waiting in the palace, very passive. We smoke for OG, they say, fine, you want mid, you can have it, but you're not getting to our site. Valde swaps sides after throwing the smoke. Knows the click will be heard. Doesn't want to be cleared. It's a close on the ramp. He has been absolutely phenomenal in this series today. Saving Dust 2, the sole reason this game is even going third. And now he's got to put up a fight on this A site again. Here come FaZe with 25 on the clock.
Oh, Cold, fast in, spots the man in CT, damage to MBK. Valde wins his fight at ramp. Issa, though, bested in the head-to-head. And it's a 3-on-2. OG, they did so well to get this game close, and it would be a shame to see it all be for nothing. Oh, Alexa B and Mantu left up against it. Overwhelming odds stacked against them. Cold Zera with that kill leaves it all onto one man. And Mantu, he's been alive in so many of these clutches, but this one decides it all for OG. Onto the M4, spots Brokey. Gives the illusion that he had the M4, swaps back onto the AWP. And now maybe a chance. Cold low, Olaf low as well, but he's just dodged him. Will get the kill. The bomb is applied for ramp. Cold's gonna go, and he's gonna go now, but he will. And that's FaZe taking it 2-1. They best OG, and it takes them a while on Mirage. A damn good attempt at the comeback from OG, but ultimately FaZe